local Touchstone Energy partner.
At Jake and Dorothy's Cafe, we're serving our third generation. The year was 1948. The same year LP Records were introduced. Harry S. Truman was elected president, and Humphrey Bogart was packing them in with Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Jake and Dorothy Roach began offering high-quality food, prompt, friendly service, and fair prices. This almost overnight success continues today under the direction of their daughter, Carrie Roach, who's proud to continue Jake and Dorothy's commitment to providing the best food, service, and price in the area. At Jake and Dorothy's, a little bit of history comes with every meal.
Evan Nelson, junior, 5'6", 135, place kicker. I watched him in pregame, hit 2 from 47 yards. So, Johnny, the tradition continues of Stephenville always having a great kicker.
Well, let's keep it going. You know, 6 years, 3 state championship boots. It's been kind of fun here on KSTV. How about number 4? Let's go for it.
In 7 years, I think that makes you the team of the decade, even though Gordon Wood said he didn't think so, but you wouldn't expect anything else out of his mouth.
Exactly. Oh, boy, this is hard to believe. We're playing football on August the 27th, but it looks like they're ready.
Harris's kick is away, back deep for the Roos, going over the head of Weir in the back of the end zone. Now he's bringing it out, 5-10 out to the 12, 13, 14-yard line, and he is tackled right there by number 2, Trey Feld, starting strong safety for the Jackets, and not a very good decision by Ware to bring the ball about 7 yards deep in the end zone, bringing it out.
And that's exactly, I'm sure, what Coach Art Briles hoped for. A good deep kick by Harris, and then the special teams to stop them deep in their own end zone, into the field. And that's exactly what he got, the 1st and 10 at the 15.
What do you think of the blue kangaroo in the end zone, Johnny?
Well, he's back up on his haunches now, so that's good. He's
got a funny grin on his face.
Peering in, isn't he?
Zach Moore under center for the Roos. 2 receivers to both sides, 1 in a wingback formation. Under center is Moore. Straight drop for him, looking to throw the deep sideline ball. It's over the head of the intended receiver, Chad Lagley. And Lagley kind of lagged on the play, stopped, thought that Moore was going to throw it to him on the quick hitter. Moore thought he was going deep, threw it long, incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
That was Jeff Scott, the cornerback, number 9, defending on the play, and I think he and the receiver were as fooled as anybody as to where that ball ended up, because they had both stopped, and the ball went, as you said, way over their head, out of bounds.
Once again, Moore under center, this time 2 backs offset eye behind him. Handoff to the first back through. That's the fullback. The ball's loose on the ground. Scramble for the ball. Picked up by Stephenville. Now it's loose again. And I think the Roos have gotten on the ball at about the 27-yard line. They have. The fullback inside Garrett Hudson was handed the ball. He was stripped at the initial line of scrimmage, hit off his, would you think it went off of his hip?
That's what it looked like from here.
Never actually got the ball. It looked like Stephenville had the ball at about the 25. It squirted loose out to the 27, 28-yard line where one of the down linemen for Weatherford got on the football, and because of that, it's a 1st down for Weatherford. Once again, Ware under center, offside eye behind him, power to the near side, split receivers. Motion on the line, flags are down. Now, I believe this is Weatherford jumping off sides. It'll probably bring up 1st down and 15.
And if you'll notice that time, Boots, Stephenville went with a 5-man front, and sophomore Scott Lee playing the nose guard there. That was he that busted through and kind of threw the offensive lineman. I think we had a false start, didn't we? Yeah.
False start against the offense. And Scott might be the only starting sophomore on the team this year. Different from last year where we saw a lot of sophomores getting a lot of playing time.
Oh, absolutely. And let's see how they line up and see if they go back in that 5-man front or if they move him back out to defensive end.
Well, expect them to stay in the 50 defense. I think, John, any time that Weatherford is in that offset power eye. Weatherford breaks out of it. They have 1 receiver near side, 1 to the far side, and split backs. Offset again, though. Handoff backfield, and Clayton Harmon hogs and ties him back at the 19-yard line. Clayton Harmon, the 6'6", 280-pound
excuse me for
junior, just wrapped up Mark Pierce.
Well, and he started with number 78, Jason Suchu, as one of their returning linemen. And I just thought, I was just fortunate there. I thought, I'm going to watch Big Harmon and see how he does. And he just bent him backwards. The back doesn't bend that direction. It did that time, and then got in the backfield. You remember last year we saw so many times that Harmon would be just a second late. That time he was right on time.
This time Moore's in the shotgun, 2nd and 16 after the loss. Throwing to the near flats. Hazard's receiver caught up to the 20 and then gang tackled out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Colt Borland making the catch for the Roos. It'll set up now 3rd down and about 13 for Weatherford. All the receivers, I should say defensive backs on the near side, making the stop for Stephenville.
Well, that's an old Stephenville play right there. Just the quick toss out into the flats. The only problem there,
They didn't have...
they had one blocker, and usually Stephenville will have 4 out there. Borland, one of the returning receivers from last year's team, and he really had no chance with 3 defenders right in his face.
Well, I was going to say, and some of the Stephenville receivers they don't have out there from last year either.
Yeah, good point.
Under center, straight drop now for Moore. Now sprinting to the outside. Good speed as Moore across the 25 goes to the outside. Good open field stop by the corner on that side, which I believe was Scott to slow Moore down till the rest of the defense could get there and stop Moore. He gets about 3 yards on the play. It'll set up now 4th and 10, and the Roos will be forced to punt.
Gilson, I think, was the first one there. And to be perfectly honest, it's a little hard to tell with those new numbers. I'm going to have to get adjusted to that.
Jacket jerseys this year, the home ones, are more of the rounded UCLA-type looking numbers.
And the nines are weird looking.
Chicago Bears 9s just look like a big old blob of yellow.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Kind of hard to see who it is. We'll get used to them in a little bit.
Oh, they were 1 lineman short. Now they're going to have to hurry.
Nope, they got the delay of game, or is that
he ran across the
illegal
field.
Substitution there for the Roos to get that 11th player onto the field? It creates an illegal procedure against Weatherford.
It's going to cost them another 5-yard.
They'll be punting now from about their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's see. Is that 35 back there kicking?
Garrett Hudson, the
yes,
fullback,
yes,
he'll be punting for the Roos. And back deep for the Jackets, Briles and Feltz. They stand at their own 45-yard line. Number 2 and number 5. And what's interesting about those, John, if you take those numbers and you flip them upside down, they're the other one.
I thought you was going to say if you put them together, you got Kellen Luker's number. I don't know.
Or Cody Cardwell.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see.
We've officially started.
Are they going to mark it at the 23? I believe that should be right. They're a little puzzled as to where to mark it. It's first game of the year.
For the referees, too.
All right, he says, now go back to the point. And
9:03 to go here in the Bank of America first quarter.
What is the deal? Why didn't we mark it off?
Did we decline it?
No, well, that's not a declinable offense.
I understand, but obviously they threw the flag away. I guess they had the ability to run an extra player out on the field. 0-0 our score, first possession. Weatherford is punting. The punt is away. Good pressure, but a deep spiraling punt will chase Feltz back, and this ball will go out of bounds at around the 32-yard line of Stephenville. It is a 40-yard booming kick for Garrett Hudson, and that's where the Jackets will start the 99 campaign on offense at their own 32-yard line.
Well, more importantly, it's a 40-yard kick with no return. And that's worth a lot when you got especially you got Briles and Feltz back there returning.
Well, and not to take anything away from Feltz, but I think most coaches have seen what Kendal Briles did on punt returns last year.
And they kicked it to his
kicked away from him, right, went over to Feltz. Split out for the Jackets to the far side, Douglas. Bashaw to the near side. Briles is under center with one back behind him, and that is Matkins. Coming to the near side, Zach Hunter in a wingback position. Throwing out in the flats is Hunter. Hunter drops the football, picks it up because it is a live ball. It is a loss back to the 28-yard line where Hunter has to go back and get the football. That one hit Hunter, and I think he was just looking to run too quick.
Two guys from Weatherford thought, hey, I'm going to get that ball. Brian Keggins made sure they didn't get anywhere close. I have to tell you my Brian Keggins story, Boots.
Go ahead, please do that.
From during the summer when I had surgery on my arm. His mother was the attending nurse. I kind of made a fool out of myself while I was under
anesthesiology.
Yeah.
All right, Briles in shotgun sends 4 receivers to the left side. One of those goes in motion to the far side. That is Matkins. Briles rolling that way in shotgun, looks to cut up. He gets to the 30, to the 31-yard line. A pick up about 2 on the play. It'll set up now 3rd down and 12.
I'll just leave it at this. As she was wheeling me down the hall, I proclaimed pretty loudly to everyone in Erath County that her son was big and pretty good.
Were those your exact words, Johnny?
No, but that'll work for radio.
Well, I'm sure she was a proud mother after that.
Yeah, and she's like, that's nice, John.
Now go back to your room.
Now go to sleep. The doctor will be here soon.
It's 3rd down and 12 for the Jackets. Briles is in shotgun. Double wing back, split receivers to both sides, twins to the near side. Briles rolling this way, looking, has a receiver. It's caught by O'Neill, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It is a 1st and 10 for the Jackets. Completion on the play of about 14 yards. First completion for Briles goes to O'Neal, and why not? He was one of the great receivers last year's team.
Well, you're right. We're going to run the ball a lot this year.
We've already in.
First three plays are passing play. I think we're in running run the ball on this series.
O'Neal to the near side, Douglas to the far side. It is Tate to the far side. It is Tate, a wing back on the near side, two backs behind Briles under center. The fullback on the play is Matkins. He goes in motion to the far side. Inside trap, heading off Hunter. Big running room across midfield. Inside to the 45. Keeps his feet to the 44-yard line. Another first down for the Jackets. 12 yards on that pickup. And Zach Hunter's first running play from scrimmage picks up 11 to 12 yards, and he's back in mid-season shape, it looks.
Up front for Weatherford again. They go from end through the tackles. 6 foot 195, 6'3", 210, 5'11", 215, 6'2", 210, and there was a pretty nice little trap there just a moment ago. What does the official do?
Jackets are now going with their 5 receiver sets, and it is audibleized from the sideline. No huddle as Briles is in shotgun. Inside handoff to Hunter, finding good running room across the 40, down to the 35, keeps his feet, 34-yard line, and another first down for Stephenville as he picks up about 10.5 on that play. 2 runs, 2 first downs for Zach Hunter. John, I think we saw that set a lot in the playoffs last year, where there are either 4 receivers and 1 back next to Briles, or 5 receivers, and you look to Briles as far as for the play. The officials have spotted the ball right on the 35-yard line. They're going to say he's just half a football length away from the first down, so officially the last play goes as 9. Good waist down here for the Jackets as Briles is in shotgun. 1 back next to him. 3 receivers to the near side. Now the 1 back with him. Hunter goes in motion. Briles straight drop out of the shotgun. Stepping up, looking to throw. Throwing across the middle. Has an open receiver. It's caught. Gunn. 10 to the 5. Tripped off his feet at the 3-yard line. And Brady Gunn comes to the offensive side of the ball to make a catch from his free safety position he normally plays. And why not with that kind of speed? Johnny, let him come over and play receiver a little bit.
Well, you know, Coach Briles told us during the summer to watch for that there'd be some opportunities for that. And, now I think it's going to be the much-coveted Hammer Time.
And
they've been fighting to get on this team now.
And Hammer Time, Ron Smithwick is added to the line, 6'2", 280. So you have Keggins, 285, Collier, 310, Van Hattem, 230, Doty, 250, Doty, 260, and you add out there Smithwick at 280.
Gilson is in there as well at right defensive end.
3 backs behind Briles. Briles running the option, trying to cut up, pitches out to Harris. Harris drops the football, gets on it at the 5-yard line. Well, we ran Hammer Time that particular play and decided to run the option off of it. Johnny, can we make our first statement of the year, and let's just punch it up in there?
Yeah, I think you got the horses in there to do it for sure.
Who are the backs on Hammer Time this year?
Well, I didn't see. I think Harris was in there and Haney as well. I didn't see the other was happening so quickly.
All right, the Jackets have come out of the Hammer Time strength with the loss on the play. The ball is actually spotted at about the 6. Briles is under center, Hunter behind him. Split receiver to the far side. Briles pitching to the far side is Hunter. Hunter trying to make the sideline. He will. Touchdown, Zach Hunter. Hunter just beat the defense to the goal line on the far side. Stephenville strikes first, 6-0 at the 5:02 mark of the Bank of America first quarter.
And Steve, with that first score, a generous donation will be made to the Erath County Meals on Wheels by Scott Osmond, attorney at law.
Jackets will line up in the swinging gate for the extra point. Under center is Gilson. I should say at center is Gilson. Jackets will send out the kicking team now as Nelson comes out for the extra point. Holder this year for Nelson is Richie Patronis. Waiting for the snap back. Snap back, hold down. Nelson's kick is up. It is on the way. Is it partially blocked? Somebody got a piece of it, and I think it just has enough to get over the crossbar. It is good. 5:02 to go in the Bank of America first quarter. Stephenville 7, Weatherford nothing. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Stihl has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Stihl and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Honey, can you pay these bills? It won't take you very long if you use Texas Banker Online.
Sure. Girls, I'll be right back.
Texas Banker Online, a simple and secure way to bank over the internet with no service charge. Now you can pay bills quickly and conveniently from the comfort of your own home with Texas Banker Online.
That was quick.
Yeah, that Texas Banker Online is really simple. Whose turn is it anyways?
Texas Banker Online, a product from Texas Bank. Plug in now.
Welcome back to Tarleton's Memorial Stadium. That scoring drive, 8 plays, 68 yards, took 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Zach Hunter finished it off on that 5-yard run. The extra point was good. That makes the score 7-0. That scoring summary brought to you by Lupe's on the South Loop. Endorsed by the John and Steve Morning Show. It is a good one. We're just about ready to go again. Ryan Harris is set to kick off. Last time kicked it down to right at the goal line after in a 15-yard return.
Kick is away. It'll land at about the 5. It'll chase in the backfield. I should say in the backfield's fullback Garrett Hudson to about 4 or 5 yards deep. He'll take a knee. And so the Roos will take it out at about the 20-yard line. Johnny, thanks for helping out there.
Yeah, as we said, 8 plays on that in that series. Briles goes 2 for 2 for 44 yards. Hunter has 4 carries for 23 yards and the touchdown. So that's a pretty good drive. We're going to have to do it again.
Did we have flag down? I believe we did on the kick.
Yeah, here it is.
Jackets were a little bit offsides on the opening kick, getting a little bit ahead of themselves.
Well, we'll see if that cost anything.
Went and talked to the boys in the PA department.
Okay.
Well, I said, guys, you know, I think it sounds great, but it's a little overdriven. They said, well, let's look here in the control. And you know how Justin at our place always puts a mark where all the controls would be because we don't understand where anything should be?
Yeah.
It was about 5 notches past that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes when they get a little carried away.
So we'll march the ball back to the 35-yard line. Ryan Harris will get set to kick off again.
Well, Boots coming up at halftime. I'm pretty excited about it. Everyone in the stands who are listening to stick around. That Robert Love is going to have a chance to win that Ford pickup from Techstar Ford, and he's going to kick. And I bet he kicks from left to right tonight.
I would kick with the win if I'm going to try to make a 45-yard field goal for a brand new F-150. Harris's kick is away from the 35. Kind of a line drive squid kick taken by Ware. It goes through his hands at the 3 into the back of the end zone. This time he will not try and bring it out, and it is going to be a touchback, and they'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Boots, you talked about on that touchdown run by Zach Hunter around the left side. That was 25 Cashin Carlisle, who tried to catch Hunter. Hunter just way too fast for him. He never really had a shot at it.
Going to the sideline, you see just how much speed Harris has. Excuse me, how much Hunter has.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so after 2 kicks, it's still first down and 10 at the 20-yard line of the Kangaroos. Kangaroos got that one cheap first down on that in that first series.
The long fumble.
See if the defense can hold them here.
Now under center is Zach Morgan. Pitches back to the tailback. Finding some running room is Mark Pierce. Gets out to about the 25-yard line. A pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll set up second down and 6. For Weatherford, Justin Monk, the quick linebacker for the Jackets, making the stop. And I'm sure if Coach McBroom from Weatherford had an option of 4 yards on first down with his type offense, every first down, I think he'd say, give it to me, baby.
Yeah, and you talk about the speed of Justin Monk that time. He went all the way across the field. That was a play that was run again away from him. Trailed the play very well and made the good tackle.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side as Moore is in shotgun, 1 back standing next to him. Moore throwing out in the flats, has a receiver, and he is busted. It is Pierce, but he fights through a couple tackles to get out almost to the 30-yard line. It'll be just shy of a first down. It'll set up third down and very short. And Johnny, that's a play right out of last year, the last few years, Stephenville playbook.
Well, you know, they've played Stephenville now a few years in a row, and I guess if you're going to watch game films, you go, hey, Coach, why don't we try that one?
It's simply a situation. You put one of your better receivers split down the line of scrimmage. You throw the ball right down the line of scrimmage to him. Get some blockers of your lineman pulling out in front of him, and it's just a quick receiver screen. They will say that he did, Pierce, have enough to get the first down to the 30-yard line, so it is 1st and 10 for Weatherford.
The first jacket there had a shot at him at the 25, and that was one of those where the coaches are going to tell you when you see on the game film, break down and hit him low. He went up high, and he just broke the tackle.
4:02 to go here in the Bank of America first quarter. 7-0 Stephenville. Taking the straight ahead hit is the quarterback, finding lots of running room, gets out to the 44-yard line. A face mask call is going to be made, and that's not a good call because the back official made the call, and he did not have a good angle where there was a side judge right next to the kid that got tackled, saw that the young man from Stephenville that made the tackle grabbed the helmet and not the face mask, and the referee, who was trailing 15 yards behind the play, throws the flag.
Well, in fact, he even said he grabbed the helmet, and then when, like, if you notice, he was reaching like around the back of the helmet, said he grabbed him right there, Coach. I guess any part of the helmet is
We can't grab the ear hole.
no, but you can hit him in it.
With the penalty, it gives the Weatherford Kangaroos a first down at their own 49-yard line. Handoff to Pierce. Pierce is hit by Harris and by Monk. He will go forward, spinning for almost 5 yards. It's 2nd down and 5, and this is Weatherford Kangaroo offense just chewing up a lot of clock, as now we're at 3.5 minutes and counting here in the first quarter. 7-0 Stephenville. And I think they like this type of offense.
Oh, yeah, and they'll like it even better if they can go and score, because obviously you don't want to use up a lot of clock for nothing. You want to get something out of it. In fact, they probably do need to score on this drive.
2 receivers at the far side. Tight end look to the near side. Pretty big tight end for the Roos. Split backs behind Moore rolling to the far side, in some trouble, escapes, now throwing out the flats, has a receiver. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. At the 32-yard line, a diving catch going out of bounds made by Chad Lagley. There was good coverage by the Jackets on that far sideline, but just made a great catch diving out of bounds, and maybe even a better throw.
That time, the interior, like, for instance, Harmon had a shot right up the middle, and just a step late as they got outside of that good blocking right at the line of scrimmage, allowing the quarterback to get outside more.
1st and 10 at the Jacket 32-yard line are the Roos. Stephenville leading 7-0, 2:49 here in the Bank of America first quarter. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side, 1 back behind Moore. Moore drops the snap, then picks it up and finds some running room. Across 25-20, makes a move to the outside. 15, cuts back to the 10, and it's 3rd down at the 10. Ball squirts out, but it was after Moore was thrown down on the play by Gunn, and it is another first down for the Jackets. And John, that fumble almost works just like a draw, because everybody runs past where the ball is going with their pursuit. And Moore, the quarterback, just kind of goes to the knees almost to pick up the football, and everybody's run by him, and he's got lots of running room in front of him.
You know, one of the highlights of doing home games is getting to sit in the booth next to the visiting coaches and listen to them bang on the wall of the table.
Sure.
They thought they had a touchdown that time.
1st and 10 for the Roos at the Stephenville 10-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. It's just outside the 10. Handoff left side is Pierce. Pierce busts his way, touchdown. Completely got through the line on the left side with no trouble at all. Untouched as he went across the goal line was Mark Pierce, and Weatherford has pulled within an extra point of tying the ball game.
Well, and that was a play that was successful right at the line of scrimmage. They had a trap, and they got through the line of scrimmage, and all they had to do is just run to daylight.
Weatherford will get set for the extra point, kicking for the Roos. Jared Nunn getting set for the kick. Waiting for the snap. Snap back, hold down. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. Correction, Jerry McClure is the kicker. So it's too late to go in the, well, we'll keep it right here. Spotter John Hollinger seeing that flag.
It might.
At the line of scrimmage.
It's a line judge, so it may be against Stephenville. They'll probably won't take the points off the board.
Let's look and see. It is illegal procedure against Weatherford. I don't think so. Let's back him up. Make him try to kick the extra point again.
It was against Stephenville.
Well, Stephenville does accept the penalty. They'll back the ball up to the 8-yard line, and so Weatherford will have to try the extra point again.
I think they thought that was against Stephenville because they talked to the official and then ran off the field. He might have accidentally said, gave them the impression. Well, this could be a big play right here. Hey, did you notice it's the night of the left-footed kickers tonight on both sides?
Well, that's right. We do have 2 left-footed kickers this evening. It is Jeremy McClure. The ball is being held by the number 5 player for Weatherford. Don't have him on our roster. There we do, Colt Borland. This time the kick is on the way. It is good as well. So with 2:08 to go in the Bank of America first quarter, 7-7 our score. Stephenville and Weatherford. We're back in 1 minute.
Hi folks, this is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, and this is my dad, Dwayne. Bruner Motors has been a mainstay on Stephenville South Loop for over 30 years now because of great pricing, service, and financing. At Bruner's, we carry a huge selection of Chevys, Buicks, Pontiacs, Oldsmobiles, and Cadillacs. We've got financing to fit almost any budget. And when you need servicing, our specially trained technicians can handle it.
That's Bruner Motors, a tradition on the South Loop in Stephenville since 1969.
Accidents happen, and no matter when or where they do, the world's largest claim service network gets on the case immediately. Prompt personal service is no accident. So we can get you back on the road faster than you can say,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jackets will return with the starburst return. On the near side is Gunn, Hunter in the middle, and on the far side on the sideline, I should say on the goal line, is Jeremy Matkins. The star option man. Johnny, can you get a number for me there on the 15? I got a kind of bad angle.
Is it Phelps?
Is it 7 or 2? Or is it 2 or 7? John, help me there.
I would if I could.
I think it is.
It may even be 9. No,
I think it is 2. I think Trey Phelps is the option man on the starburst. Kick is away, and it will come to Phelps standing at the 10-yard line. He will turn around, fake to 1, fake to the 2nd, but will give the ball, I should say, to Hunter. Hunter is tackled at the 17-yard line, and then a flag comes down.
That should be a face mask.
And that'll add some more yardage on the end of that.
If that one on Stephenville was a face mask, then that's a face mask.
Trey Phelps faked to the first man through. That was Gunn. Then he handed the ball to the second man through. That was Hunter.
It is.
Hunter got to the 17th line. It is a face mask.
Well, it's 5 yards.
Well, just the guard variety. So Jackets will get the ball at the 21-yard line to start this drive with 1:58 to go in the first quarter, 7 apiece.
3 penalties already on Weatherford for 15 yards. Well, that was a good answer to the Stephenville touchdown, coming right down the field on the ensuing drive.
In Weatherford style, ball control offense. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Briles is under center, 1 back behind him is Hunter. Inside trap fake. Now Briles looking to throw. Wanting to throw the deep ball. Has an open receiver. It's Bashaw. The ball is underthrown, and Bashaw can't come up with the ball at the 45-yard line of Weatherford. Boy, I wish Briles wish he had that one back to throw again, because Bashaw had a couple steps on the defensive back to the near side. Playing defensive back over there was Barrett Ware.
Yeah, and Josh probably could have come back and caught that as the defender ran right by him, and he had a shot at it, but, you know, it's easy sitting up here not knowing for sure if that defender might have gotten his view just a little bit.
Looks like he may have tipped it as well. Second down and 10 for the Jackets. Briles under center. Flags come down as there was initial jump on the interior of the line. It'll set up now 2nd down and 15 for Stephenville.
And notice the Weatherford defense right now, Boots. They are definitely playing some run defenses. They had 10 guys in the box down there.
I think they've already decided that run is where Stephenville's main focus is, and they're selling out. But I thought Gunn was going to come in. Now they pulled him out. Receivers on the play, Douglas, as well as Matkins and O'Neill.
Walker comes out. He was the guy that was going to get the ball that time. He's like, hey, coach.
Briles under center, 2 backs behind him. The fullback goes in motion to the far side. That is Matkins. Briles under center, inside trap, handoff to Hunter. Hunter looking for running room, and he finds none. Maybe 2 yards for Hunter. It'll set up 3rd down and 12. And whatever Stephenville had for Hunter as far as seams in the first drive, they have not been able to find here in the second.
Well, and remember that passing game opens that middle up like that for Hunter is once they spread that field, and they're not doing that right now. They're not spreading the field.
3rd down and 12 for Stephenville. 2 receivers far side. They'll have 3 receivers to the near side. The 3 receivers on the near side are O'Neill, also Bashaw, and Avalos. 2 receivers far side. Briles is in shotgun. Snap back to him, setting up, looking to throw. He's under some pressure, rolling to the near side. Now he'll take off and run. He's to the 25, and he's run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 7 yards, but he'll still be a solid 4 yards short of the first down, and we'll probably see the punt team for the first time this year.
And that will be Feltz, will it not? Or, I mean, O'Neill.
O'Neill handles the punting duties for the Jackets this year. Jackets are up to fake at any time off the punt, since they have 2 receivers on both sides in their punt formation.
And Coach Briles is calling the play right now.
Signaling in, Feltz is the safety man as the snap comes back to O'Neill. Kick is away, high, booming, spiraling kick will chase the Roo defenders all the way back to the 25-yard line. Coming up to about the 30 on the play was Colt Borland for the Roos, who returned the ball to about the 31-yard line, as that's where they'll start 1st and 10. Kick on the play goes 48 yards with the wind. Nice punt for O'Neill.
Well, he got it up there high, too. That's what you need.
7-7 our score. Stephenville and Weatherford. 57 seconds to go here in the Bank of America first quarter.
Now, I believe it was you today at Coffee with Coach that said the games would probably be a lot faster this year.
Thank you. That prediction's coming true.
Well, we're 32 minutes. We're still in the first quarter, Boots.
It just seems like it's been fast, I guess.
That's the first one.
Thank you. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side for the Roos, and a wingback set. Under center is Moore. Straight ahead for Moore. Finds a lot of running room. Gets across the 42-yard line. And, John, we have seen that several times now. Zach Moore finding a lot of running room, the quarterback, on just the straight hitter, just under center taking the snap. And I think the Weatherford coaching staff have found something about the Jacket defensive middle, which they think is a little soft, and certainly it is right now.
Well, and one of the things you do to offset that speed is run right at it. You know, you try to run away from it, and you notice on the sweeps that they did, those didn't work real well. So why not just jump in there and go right at it? Gordon Carroll swats Scott Lee on the butt and says, all right, let's go.
Jackets staying a 43 look on the defense. Under center once again is Moore, and he'll come straight ahead again, and more running room across the 50, gets down to about the 46-yard line.
Man.
It's another first down for Moore on just the quarterback sneak. Simply all it is. And my question is, John, if you go to a 50 defense, bring in a nose guard, does that eliminate that?
Well, you would think it would, but then that's when you can go outside again. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. Just keep, you know, I'll take 10, 12 yards every time if you're going to give it to me.
Jackets lining up. 1st and 10, I should say, Weatherford lining up. And that will do it for the end of the first quarter, or will it? They've stopped the clock. Now they'll roll it. 12 seconds. Or will they roll it? Is the clock stuck, Johnny?
Well, Nemo might be asleep down there now.
No, he won't take credit for that. Well, they're having some clock difficulties. They're trying to get it to run off.
The official just officially ended the first period.
That is the end of the Bank of America first quarter. Our score, Stephenville 7, Weatherford 7. We're back in 1 minute. Coming up next, second quarter, brought to us by Cook Lumber. Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies are opening their doors to dole out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of their most recent customers have come from surrounding areas. Could this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally.
Are you troubled by strange noises under your car?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your drive shaft?
Have you or any of your family suspected a spook, specter, or ghost in your machine?
If the answer is yes,
then don't wait another minute. Call the professionals. We're ready to believe you. Our courteous and efficient staff will take care of you whether you need new tires,
strut,
brakes,
front end alignment,
or just a spark in your spook. Trans Texas Tire. We're ready to believe you.
Welcome back for the Cook Lumber second quarter. John Hollinger, Boots 8. Glad to have you along. KSTV, Yellow Jacket Football. Weatherford 7, Stephenville 7. And Johnny, I watched at the break there between the quarters. A very animated defensive coordinator Mike Copeland with his defensive troops.
Well, here's the numbers. Weatherford 93 rushing, 21 passing for a total of 114. Stephenville 36 rushing, 44 passing, total of 80. They had 7 first downs to Stephenville's 3.
Zach Moore under center, pitch to the near side, looking for some room across the 40. Inside cuts to the 30, down to the 28-yard line is Mark Pierce. Tailback for the Roos. And Johnny, the Roo defense is just getting 8 to 10 to 12 yards at a chunk on each play, and they found something they like on that defensive front of Stephenville's. They're able to take advantage of it.
Well, it's all happening right at the line of scrimmage, and once they break that line of scrimmage, they've got a lot of running room. We have a end of the first quarter in Brownwood. San Angelo Central 7, Brownwood 7. So same scenario as what we have here.
Split receiver to the far side is Lagley. I formation now behind Moore. Pierce is the tailback. Moore under center, handing to the second back through. Ball is loose on the ground. Big scramble at the 27-yard line. No signal. Stephenville has the football. Well, boy, that's the break the Yellow Jackets were looking for, as Weatherford was just picking up pieces of yardage in leaps and bounds. Cal Gilson a little slow getting off the field, but now he puts it into a fast trot.
And Gilson's one that came up with the ball, and he just kind of got smashed.
Their own 28-yard line, 11:28 to go here in the second quarter. Stephenville 7, Weatherford 7. Briles under center. He sends his tailback in the motion, Hunter, to the far side, giving the ball straight ahead to the fullback, getting up to about the 32-yard line for the Jackets. Derek Haney taking the handoff for Stephenville. And boy, what a great story having Derek Haney back on the field after what happened last year in the playoffs.
Boy, up there at Pennington Field, as you recall, when he went down. We're going to check in with Steve Ross here in just a minute, as I'm sure we can go after this play. He listened in on that defensive huddle, as well as, I think, checked on Gilson. Why don't we check with him right after this, please?
O'Neal splits to the far side. I formation again behind Briles. Wing back look on the far side as the fullback comes in motion to the near side. Matkins. Briles under center. Delay handoff, giving the ball to Hunter. Hunter cuts to the outside, gets to the 35, finds the corner, out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down. First and 10, Stephenville. Let's go to Steve Ross on the sideline and updates on those two reports.
All right, I don't have a Cross Timbers orthopedic injury update on Cal Gilson yet. He looks to be okay. Now, after the previous series, Coach Mike Copeland really blistered his troops. He made each one of them accountable to step up and make a play, and told him he wasn't at all happy with the kind of defense they played. This time he was a little happier with them, told them that they needed to make a play. They got it done. He encouraged them a little more. And Coach Joseph Gillespie stepped in and pointed out to his players that every time Weatherford lines up in the offset, they're running to that side. And every time they line up in the wing, they're running to that side. So we'll see if they slant that way.
Kendal Briles on the option, cuts up inside across midfield, down to the 48-yard line. Good pickup for the junior quarterback, a first down for Stephenville.
He says, I can do that too. It looks like they're working on Gilson's left knee down here. Boots on the sideline.
Well, when he came to the bench, he leaned over immediately and grabbed that side.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where it kind of gets twisted up under you when you're in a pile up like that. Those things are going to happen. Let's just hope it's nothing serious. Maybe just a little bit of a twist.
Briles now in shotgun, two backs flankering him, faking to the first back, no giving to the first back. Hunter finds running room, cuts the seam to the outside, 30, inside 25, race to the goal line, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown the Zach Rabbit. Zach Hunter will go 49 yards, and Stephenville has struck back to take the lead. 13-7 in the Cook Lumber second quarter, 10-17 to go, the PAT upcoming.
What a great cutback at about the 30-yard line, Boots, and I apologize. I did not pick up the blocker, the receiver downfield. They came back, peeled back, made the block. Zach got outside, and then his speed just took over.
Jackets line up in the swinging gate, looking to the sideline on what to do. Jackets will send the kicking personnel out as the swinging gate swings back to the middle. Petronas will have the hold. Nelson will have the kick as we wait for the correct personnel. Petronas getting set, awaiting the snap. Snap back, hold down. Nelson's kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. 10:17 to go in the second quarter. Stephenville 14, Weatherford 7. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Stephenville Auto Sales. You make an effort, we'll make the difference. Walk in, drive out.
Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051.
Welcome back, Memorial Stadium. The Cook Lumber second quarter, 10:17 to go in the second quarter. Stephenville 14, Weatherford 7. Johnny, that last scoring drive. 4 plays, only 73 yards, only took 1 minute and 15 seconds. Zach Hunter, 49 yards, and the Nelson extra point is good. That makes it 14-7. At scoring summary brought to you by Barnes and McCullough. And you know, Boots, we were talking during the break. 16 games last year, and Zach had at least one of those every game, and well, he's picked up right where he left off. Brett Virgin is kicking off for the Jackets, so with a different kicker, maybe look for the pooch kick here to one side or the other.
In the wind, I think that's what you got.
Pooch kick to the near side, very high, being fair caught by Lyman. It's bouncing around, people in a big pile up for it at the 40-yard line. Now, how can the official on the far sideline, 30 yards from the play, already decide who has possession?
Well, he might have just had an angle there with it because the guy kind of had his back toward us.
Well, he was right.
That's how he can do it, Boots.
Because he's got better eyes than I do.
Let's see if
Steve Ross has an injury update report for us.
He might have it.
I have not got a chance to talk to Dr. Herbertson yet from Cross Timbers Orthopedics, but Cal Gilson's smiling. He's hopping up off the table now. He's going to test that knee. Just looking at his face, he doesn't appear to be in any kind of any distress. Coach Colin Schillinglaw looks like he's going to wrap some ice around that, and Cal's putting some weight on that knee. Now, it is his left knee, so as soon as we have an indication on that, we'll let you know.
Zach Moore on the option, pitches out on the play. In big trouble is the running back from Weatherford. That is Chavalan, and he is tackled for a loss back at the 35-yard line, a loss of about 4 on the play, actually a 36 for forward progress, 2nd and 14.
And give credit to Gordon Carroll there, who caused Moore to, and give credit to Gordon Carroll there, who caused Moore to have to throw it a little quicker than he wanted to, and then Richard Silva, the junior linebacker, came in and finished him off.
Andrew Chavalan.
Let's see if we can figure out up front now. Is that Smithwood?
Who has taken the place of Gilson at the middle backer?
All right, that's what we'll check. Looks like it might be Harris.
Zach Moore under center running the option, gives to the first man through Pearson. He's in big trouble. He's taken down by Big Scott Lee. Oh, Scott Lee, the sophomore, coming through and wrapping up Pierce for about a 3 to 4 yard loss. It'll set up now 3rd down and about 6.
Dogs up, Boots, and maybe even embarrassed them a little bit, and they're playing with some fire in their belly right now.
9:04 to go here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 14, Weatherford 7. 3rd down and 17 officially for the Roos. Twins to the near side, 1 to the far side. Moore is in shotgun, taking the quick quarterback hitter from shotgun. He'll go forward for some nice yardage, about 9 or 8 on the play, but it's not near enough for a first down. And it'll set up a punting situation.
Now, who in the booth was surprised by that call? Anybody?
Not anyone at all.
I don't think so.
The quarterback maybe a little bit surprised that they take it out of shotgun. Why don't they just take it from under center?
Yeah, I think you're right. There wasn't a whole lot of surprise there, because that's been the most positive play for them offensively all night.
We'll go to Steve Ross right after this punt. Back to punt is Hudson for the Roos. Back deep is Feltz and Briles for the Jackets, standing at about their own 20. Bad snap, but handled. Hudson gets away. A good kick. It's fair caught by Briles. Now he'll let it go. It bounces off of him. He has to dive on it. He does at the 18-yard lines. Stephenville will start first and 10 at the 18 after the 41-yard kick. Steve Ross, what do you got for us?
Well, we have a Cross Timbers orthopedic injury update, and it appears to be good news on Cal Gilson. I talked to both Dr. Bill Evans and Dr. Jim Herbertson. Just a slight knee strain. They're going to put ice on it for a few minutes. Then they want to watch him jog a little bit here in the second quarter. They said he should be able to play in the second half, but they're going to just let him sit for a minute and take every precaution. But right now, everything seems to be good, and you may see Zach Hunter as well being worked on. There just looks like stretching his hamstrings out on the trainer's table, but he appears to be okay as he grabs his helmet and goes back to work.
Hey, Steve, weather cooling off nicely down there?
Yeah, it feels pretty nice. That wind's picked up, and this is a lot better than what we originally had thought the weather would be.
Thank you, Stevie. Steve Ross on the sideline. Kendal Briles on the first play, handing the ball off to Walker. Walker, his first carry of the game, David Walker, junior running back, takes it forward for about 3.5 yards, and it'll set up second down and 7 for Stephenville.
You know, it's always so weird the first year, isn't it? You know, in
trying to
comes
get used
7
to these
and,
numbers.
In comes 7 and 25. You know, and you just look up and you go,
hey,
wait
Luker and Carlson or Cardwell are back.
Yeah, but Zach Hunter is in there, as Ross said.
Jackets will send 4 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. One of those receivers a wingback. Maybe look for a quick hitter to him. Briles under center, as you said, inside, but it's a fake, and Briles will keep it. He'll try to get to the outside, 20, 25. He's running out of bounds at the 25. A pickup of about 2 on the play. It'll set up third down and 5. And Johnny, you called that, but it was just the fake trap to the one wing back on the play.
I think we've watched a little bit too much Stephenville football through the years, don't you? And you remember that was the one that Hunter and Cardwell both made a living off of last year on some big gains. And they do have an option this year that they have an option.
Thank you very much with the quarterback.
As we did that time.
Officially 3 yards on the pickup, so it's now third down and 4 for the Jackets. And I've often kidded with Art Briles that I said, the defensive coordinator you'd never want to face is Johnny and I.
Yeah,
because we see this offense so much. Briles running the option to the near side, fakes inside the pitch, and then he's hammered all the way back to the 23-yard line. Jackets ran the option to the side that it looked like Weatherford all had a stunt going that way, and boy, that play was doomed from early, and it'll set up fourth down and long for Stephenville.
Yeah, they had that blocked very well and or defended very well. And, well, just under 6 minutes to go in the Hook-Lumber second quarter, and it looks like, you know, Weatherford's done pretty much what they wanted to do here in this first half.
A little bit different look from last year. You might think on 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 4 from Stephenville, even at their own 26, 27-yard line, they probably throw the ball last year, wouldn't you think? O'Neill's kick is away into the wind, not as good as you would expect because of the wind. It's taken and then killed all the way back to the 45-yard line. Ryan Harris just destroys on the play. Fullback returning the punt, Garrett Hudson. He took the ball around the 50, took a couple steps back, and then hello. 28 yards on the kick, but it was pretty.
I was going to say, Boots, when you said killed that.
Second quarter, Stephenville 14, Weatherford 7. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Zach Moore is in shotgun with 1 back standing next to him. Throwing out in the flats, looking for an open receiver. He has one and then tackled immediately as Colt Borland after about a 2-yard gain.
You know, we were talking about this during one of the timeouts a moment ago. This Weatherford team's going to win some football games this year.
I think they look a lot more poised than last year when we played them.
Well, and you know, a lot of times that happens when you, and not to take anything away from any of the guys that played last year, but when you've got a guy, you know, and many times people just stand around and wait for him to do something, and they don't really have that this year, and they're really playing strong as a unit right now.
Once again, Moore is in shotgun, 1 back standing next to him. Morse drops the snap, but then it's killed. This time he is at the 32-yard line. Ball's being picked up. Running the other way, Stephenville. 10, 5, touchdown. Picking up the ball is Gordon Carroll, and he'll score on the play, but there is a flag down at the point of the sack where Moore was absolutely destroyed in shotgun after he took the snap.
They're going to wave it off.
Flag is waved off. Touchdown counts. 32 yards on the pickup from Gordon Carroll after the fumble. 20-7 is the score at the 6:06 mark. And the Cook-Lumber second quarter, and man, I don't think Moore ever saw that.
He did, and he's got to. And I'm mean, it was as if he got blindsided, did not see it coming. He's got to know that rush is coming.
It was almost like he thought the play had been whistled dead and was just standing there.
He was looking downfield.
Oh, and he wasn't only hit by 3 or 4 players. It was just all you saw was blue jerseys and his head popped back. Scott Lee, I knew, was one of those on there. He was on the near side.
Scott Lee was the one who hit him, I believe. 32-yard fumble recovery, man. And you know, Ross and I talked about this week. It looked like this defense could be a defense that could score some points, and they did second period.
Petronas has the hold. The kick from Eben Nelson is up, and it is good. 6:06 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. 21-7, Stephenville over Weatherford. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Nip in the air, changing leaves can only mean one thing.
It's football season!
I'm Roger Easter, your local Lennox dealer, and it's also home heating season.
I have the dish, the big screen, the recliner.
He also has a reliable high-efficiency Lennox heat pump.
Yep, this season this is the best seat in the house, baby.
Thanks to Easter Air, it's also the warmest.
Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Offering Stephenville's largest selection of colors and styles, Danny's House of Carpet covers all of your flooring needs. Besides our wide selection, our friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you with anything from carpet and ceramic tile flooring to custom drapes, bedspreads, and professional installation. Serving the Stephenville area for 26 years and counting, come by Danny's House of Carpets at 1670 South Loop for all of your decorating needs.
Today. 21-7 our score. Weatherford on top of, Stephenville on top of Weatherford. And Johnny, that one play scoring drive?
Well, it, you got 35 yard. Okay, 35 yard is what we're going to go with. Fumble recovery by Gordon Carroll. Or no, 32-yard fumble recovery. I'm sorry, I'll read this right. Nelson's kick was good. 21-7 our score. That scoring summary brought to you by the River North Small Animal Hospital.
And you've probably noticed Johnny and I are a little slower on making a couple of the calls on who the players are. If you're in the stands, have you gotten used to these numbers yet?
Well, can you see them? Of course, they're a little closer than we are, and we're a heck of a lot older than some of these people, too. Or at least I am. I shouldn't categorize.
So I'm just making excuses. Ryan Harris with a deep kickoff. Chases Pierce back to about the 8-yard line, across the 10, 15 to the 20, 25, finds a seam, 30, knocked out of bounds. No, keeps his feet, 40. He did step out of bounds. Back at the 40-yard line is where they're spotting the ball. I said Pierce at 34. That was 35. Garrett Hudson, the fullback. He goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and that's where Weatherford will start after the 32-yard return.
And Coach Briles is going, hey, there's a guy back here at the 40 with his foot marked. Can we throw the ball back there?
And I just have to agree with what you said a while ago. There is so much of a greater wealth of good players on this Weatherford team this year. Just like watching Hudson right there. We saw one great player with Peters last year, but there are 3 or 4 or 5 really good players that Weatherford has this year that you can hang your hat on, and that's why I think they'll win more ball games this year. First and 10 for the Roos. Stephenville leading 21-7, 5:53 to go. More under center, handoff over the left side. It is Pierce this time. He powers forward for about 4 yards to the 44-yard line. It'll set up second down and 6.
You might have seen Clayton Harmon, if you're in the stadium, dive through there. Just got out of the reach of the Weatherford running back at the 38-yard line. Ryan Harris comes up limping a little bit, Boots.
He has been over a little bit. Also in the game right now for the Jackets, Robert Harrison getting some playing time, as well as Kent Howell tonight. Jackets didn't have one of their starting defensive tackles. Craig Parks is going to be out one game with a knee injury. So right now you don't have Parks or Gilson. And that's 2 of your pretty important seniors on this defense. So the Jackets will wait on defense, as getting in shotgun is Moore. Moore runs the option, is in trouble, will pitch the ball out, has running room, does the pitch man. Gets to about the 48-yard line. He has stopped short of the first down, taking the pitch for Weatherford, a new back in the game. That is, well, it's Andrew Chavalan. Looks like the utility back comes in on some specialty situations for Weatherford. Sets up 3rd down and 2 for the Roos at the 48-yard line. They need to get to almost the 50 for the first. 4:39 and counting here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. You know, Stephenville 21, Weatherford 7. Go ahead, Johnny.
You know, in the program, they have his name as Shanahan. Did you notice that?
Well, I'm just looking at I'm looking at the Weatherford thing. I got it says SHAVALAN, but we've got old stuff too. Handoff over the right side. A first down is Pierce as he powers his way to the 45-yard line of Stephenville.
Good, strong runner right there. And most of his damage has been done right up the gut tonight. And, ooh, that's something that scouts will want to see. And Ryan Harris is going to have to come out of the game now.
Boy, he is in some pain. You're right. Andrew Shanahan is what they have in the current roster that we're looking at, and that's a lot easier name to say.
And you got to figure you got some of that information from coaches, too.
So we have 3 starting senior defensive players for Stephenville out of the game right now. I say that. Ooh. Cal Gilson's back in the game at middle linebacker. Handoff over the left side. No, it's a play-action fake. In a bunch of trouble this morning. Sacked back at the 50-yard line. Is it Scott Lee again? It is. Scott Lee with another sack. And he was put in a lot of trouble by Gordon Carroll and Cal Gilson, who forced him right into the arms of Lee. It's 2nd down and 15.
And of course, Trey Phelps was the first guy there, and that was just an all-out, looked like a
boy, he is upset. We'll get Steve Ross to go over there and tell us just a moment what's going on with him. Moore back in shotgun for the Roos. Straight ahead run for him. He's in some trouble. He drops the football. Big scramble, but it is Moore getting back on the football for the Roos, and that's just a situation, John, where the quarterback's looking to make something happen, and the ball goes whoops.
Yeah, that was Gilson. That was the first guy there that had a shot at it, Boots, that he couldn't wrap it up. And I think, now I'm just kind of talking out loud here, you might want to run a different play here in a minute, because
I think Stephenville has figured out the direct draw up the middle from the quarterback.
I think they're onto that one, Coach McBroom.
All right, we'll go to Steve Ross after this play, see if he can give us something on Ryan Harris. Oh, he says he knows nothing.
All right. I know.
All right.
Nothing.
Straight drop for Harris. It's shotgun, looking to throw. He's in big trouble, throwing the ball deep over the middle. Had a wide open Pierce, but had to throw the ball so fast he could not find Pierce. And Pierce is very upset as he was clearing across the middle, but the ball was overthrown by 15 yards, and it sets up 4th down. Wait, a flag is on the play.
It could have been holding on the defense. Nope.
Illegal receiver downfield against Weatherford. I'm sure that will be declined and set up 4th down.
Was that Monk that was in there that time? I think it was. As you said, Zach Moore didn't have just a whole lot of time.
Well, Pierce came out of the backfield on that play, and that may have been one of the reasons the defensive backs had a hard time picking him up. But if you take a running back and make him come to the near sideline and then run the post pattern, it takes a long time for the quarterback to wait for that to clear, and he just didn't have that much time. 4th and 15. The penalty is declined. 21-7. Stephenville on top of Weatherford. 2:36 to go here in the opening half. Back to punt is Hudson. Waiting deep are Briles and Phelps. Punt is away. Spiraling kick will be taken by Phelps. He'll come to the near sideline, then cut back up the middle to the 20, finds the seam, 25, out to the 27-yard line. A nice return for Trey Phelps. 45 yards on the kick, and the return, about 19 yards. 2:25 to go in the Cook Lumber 2nd quarter. Be nice to get some points on the board, Johnny, here right before the half.
Yeah, one more touchdown put you in pretty good shape, and then the coaches could come out and watch the Techstar Ford kick for the truck, and be kind of relaxed with it.
Sure. Wonder if we get the officials to help out again this year.
I believe Steve Ross has already worked that out.
Briles is in shotgun with 2 backs standing next to him, split receivers to both sides. Throwing to the near flats, has an open receiver. It's Avalos. He catches the ball at the 40 to the 41-yard line. Cody Avalos picks up a first down for Stephenville, a gain of about 13 to 14. But wait, a flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage.
I thought we had motion. One of our halfbacks moved well before the snap. So it should have been the referee should have called that one, shouldn't he?
Delay. What?
Illegal man downfield.
Oh, it is illegal. How do you have an illegal man downfield on a pass that took half a second to let go? You're telling me a lineman can get 5 yards downfield in 1 second?
I guess so.
The only thing I can think of is that you may have had someone lined up that became eligible that didn't have the right to run downfield at all. That was a lineman, maybe. And that's the only way I can explain that. So with the penalty, takes the ball back to the 23-yard line. Briles under center, sends Hunter to a wingback on the right side. Inside trap out off to Hunter. Hunter trying to find a seam. A little one he finds, makes a shake and bake move out to the 30-yard line. A pickup of about 8 on the play. It'll set up down, second down and 7 or 8 yards as we go under 2 minutes to play here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Let's go to Steve Ross on the sideline with his report.
Yet another Cross Timbers Orthopedics injury update. The injury to Ryan Harris, a little more serious than the one to Cal Gilson. He strained the medial collateral ligament. That's not considered serious long-term, but they're probably going to hold him out the rest of the night. He should be back next week without any problem, though. I get that information from Dr. Jim Herbertson at Cross Timbers Orthopedics, so we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you. Bashaw was the intended receiver on the deep ball from Briles. He was not able to haul it in as it was slightly overthrown, and it now sets up 3rd down and 7. Well, tough news for Ryan Harris out the rest of this game, but as you see next week.
Yeah, and there again, that's where here in a couple of weeks when you got you really have kind of 2 weeks before you have to play. Well, you do have 14 days. That's where deals like that really come in handy.
Briles is in shotgun, 3rd down and 7 again. Hunter, the one back standing next to him. Giving the ball, no faking it to Hunter. Briles on a keeper, 35 across the 40, cuts back at the 45, fumbles the football, or does he? No, he grabs it back at about the 48-yard line. Did he momentarily lose the ball?
It kind of looked like it.
He may have been carrying it like a piece of bread and made that appearance. How far on the it is 19 yards on the carry for Briles. 1st and 10 for Stephenville at their own 48, 49-yard line. 1:26 and counting to go here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville will audibilize the sidelines play as Briles signals it in. 3 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Briles is in shotgun. Snap back to him, looking to throw. Now he'll run. He's in a bunch of trouble, and he'll go right to the ground. Stephenville will probably need to take a timeout right here. Will they?
That's one of those plays where if it's not open immediately, then it's not ever going to be open.
Need to just chunk it out of bounds.
Yeah.
The clock will continue to run. Stephenville will not burn a timeout. 55 seconds and counting. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Briles is under center, 2nd down and 9. Straight drop now, throwing out in the flats, has a receiver flagged down. Bashaw has a great block across the 40, inside 35. Good move, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bashaw, but this one's probably coming back. The flag was thrown immediately after the play, and Briles is hot with the side judge. Boy, Briles has ripped his cap off. Well, it took about a quarter and almost 2 quarters to see Briles rip his cap off for the first time.
Did you see that official get right back in his face? And the referee
call is while ago. Dead ball, illegal procedure, against Stephenville.
And he's going to get an earful from Coach Briles.
Boy, and he is hot.
He wants the referee to come over. He says, I want to talk to the decision maker. I don't want to talk to you.
Come on, Ross. Go get there right in the middle of that. Find out what's going on with that little exchange. Stevie, can you give me a little one on that one?
I think you...
Here it is in a nutshell. Coach Briles said yes, the ref said no. Everything else after that was pretty much details and cardinal verbs.
All right.
Thank you, Stevie. So it'll set up after the no touchdown. 2nd down and 14. They'll bring it back after the penalty. 38 seconds remaining. Stephenville 21, Weatherford 7. Kendal on a straight drop. Now he'll run out of the shotgun. 50 inside the 45, gets to the 44-yard line, and now Stephenville will take a timeout with 31 seconds left. Some fans wanting a late hit. They won't get it. It'll set up now 3rd down and 3.
Look at Coach Briles.
From the 43-yard line, and Briles is now a good 15 yards out on the field, screaming at the official.
He got a chance to get in his ear that time. He called timeout. Now the official has to come over.
Boy, look at Briles, still having a good time out there.
He is wearing that guy out.
Where are the binoculars?
That line judge is getting wore out right now by Coach Briles.
Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. We're back right after this.
Hi folks, this is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, and we're gearing up for another year of Stephenville sports. There's no better way to get to this year's games than in a new car or truck from Bruner Motors. Now's a good time to check out our prices on new Chevy half-ton pickups or Pontiac Sunfires, and we've got financing to fit almost any budget. So drop by this week at Bruner's on the South Loop. And don't forget to support the Stephenville Yellow Jackets as they go for their 4th state championship.
At Jake and Dorothy's Cafe, we're serving our third generation. The year was 1948. The same year, LP records were introduced. Harry S. Truman was elected president, and Humphrey Bogart was packing them in with Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Jake and Dorothy Roach began offering high-quality food, prompt-friendly service, and fair prices. This almost overnight success continues today under the direction of their daughter, Carrie Roach, who's proud to continue Jake and Dorothy's commitment to providing the best food, service, and price in the area. At Jake and Dorothy's, a little bit of history comes with every meal.
Welcome back. If you heard at Bank of America Coffee with Coach today, Art Briles told me that this officiating crew, because it's the first game, would probably let some stuff go so they could get the flow of a game too. Well,
so he was wrong.
Thank you. 3rd and 2 for the Jackets. Briles under center, pitching to the near side. Hunter looking to cut up. He's in some trouble. He'll try to get out of bounds. He will at the 41-yard line. It's going to be very close to the yardage needed for a first down.
And guess who didn't give us a very good spot?
The side judge that Briles has been working
That's
over.
First down, though.
Well, they do give him the first down, so it's 1st and 10 for Stephenville, and Zach Hunter went out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 24 seconds remaining in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Weatherford 7. We saw Nelson kicking with the wind, hit a couple 47-yarders in pregame, but we're against the wind right now. If they're going to kick one, I bet they want it inside 30 yards. Briles is in shotgun, low snap but handle, throwing across the middle, has a catch. It's made out to down the 29-yard line, and then a tackle. Jeremy Matkins, the sophomore, making the catch, and the 12-yard reception is good enough for a first down.
And he took a big lick and held on to that football. That was a great pass, great catch by Matkins.
Clock will stop momentarily as they set the change with 19 seconds.
Here's a new play call from Audible. Did you see that?
Missed that one.
Looked like he was flying. You know,
trips to the far side, twins in the near side. Briles setting up, looking to throw. Now he will throw out the flats, has Douglas at the 18, 15, to the 10, gets down to the 8-yard line, the 9-yard line actually, and that will stop the clock. But wait a minute, flags down again at the line of scrimmage on the far sideline.
Wait a minute, we may not want to call a timeout. There's a flag down, ref.
Well, the timeout has already been
they're moving it back.
Stephenville.
They're already moving it back.
This is another penalty that will take away a huge gain. It is illegal receiver downfield again against Stephenville. And obviously, this crew has a different opinion than our offensive coaching staff as to who can line up where and who can go downfield.
Look at Briles. He's would you please explain it to me? Just tell me and we won't do it.
Well, this is a great conversation on right now between the referee and Briles. And the referee's tired of talking to Briles, I think. So that'll move
actually, I think he started listening to him. I don't know that he's done that much talking.
Sure. It is a timeout charge to Stephenville. They will keep that. 6 seconds remaining. Boy, and that's tough because Stephenville would have had the ball at the 8-yard line with 6 seconds and a timeout remaining. They could have taken a shot at the end zone.
And then kicked the field goal.
Sure, if they didn't make it.
Now you're looking at 50 yards, and that's not realistic at all. So, yeah, I guess you got to go to the end zone right here. Well, that's tough. There's 6 points have already been taken off the board. Maybe with the extra point.
Do you throw it 15 yards, call a timeout, and then try another one?
I go to the end zone. You don't have time for that. I think you can almost say 10 points have been taken off the board.
How tall do you think the 3 receivers are to the near side? We got Douglas 6'5", O'Neal 6'4", and Scott Lee 6'4".
Guess what they're about to do?
Briles in shotgun, probably throw to this threesome.
Alley-oop time.
Straight drop, looking to throw. Throwing the big, deep alley-oop pass. It's up for grabs. It is caught by Douglas at the 5, to the 4. They can't get the timeout in time, and time will expire, even though Stephenville got the big completion to the 4-yard line to Douglas.
Oh, that's a play that worked. Art Briles just ran right straight to the head official. And now he's going to get in the ear of this other guy. He just did.
Boy, and he's still having a big time screaming at the official right now. Look at that. He says, "Give me my football," and he walks off the field.
Oh, he is not happy.
That'll do it for the Cook Lumber second quarter. We go to the half. Stephenville 21, Weatherford 7. We're back in 2 minutes. Halftime shows up next.
Stephenville Auto Sales. You make an effort, we'll make the difference. Walk in, drive out.
What were you thinking? You weren't thinking, were you? I don't think so. You think you're different? You think you're special? No, I don't. Get that camera out of here. Did we go over this? We did. You coach this team? I didn't know it was the last one. He's so insensitive. These are mine, too.
We get started here at the Texas Bank, third quarter. Can we shut the door too, please? Thank you.
Yeah, we want to keep all the goblins out of here.
They saw us with food again at the beginning of the game. Jake,
I had three guys that got food.
Opening kick will go on the far side to Gunn. He will go up and not give the ball to the option man and keep it across the 20, cuts up 25-30 out to the 32-yard line. And John, that's an option that we didn't even talk about on the 32-yard return, is that if one of the other deep men besides the option man takes the ball, he runs to the option man and has the option of giving it to him so he can give it to someone else,
and or
fake like Gunn then and get and keep it.
And one of the things that does, especially after you've seen it 2 or 3 times in a game, that freezes you for just a second. You might just stop and slow down to see if he hands it off, and then it's too late.
Which is maybe just enough to let somebody break it. Stephenville to start the third quarter. Briles under center, 2 backs behind him. In I formation, Hunter, the fullback, moves at a wing on the right side. Now the tailback, Matkins, runs that way. Briles sprints that way, throws out Hunter, finds him, 35 across the 40, out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. A first down for Stephenville. Pickup of about 10, maybe 11 on the play. We'll wait on the spot. Is it good enough for a first? It appears to be yes. We'll call it officially 10 on the play, first and 10 for Stephenville at the 11:43 mark to start the Texas Bank third quarter, and it is 21-7. Stephenville on top of Weatherford.
Well, and that's something the coaches told us to watch for, that we would be seeing Zach Hunter maybe 3 or 4 times thrown to in a ball game, and that was his second attempt.
Briles is under center, 2 backs behind him. Double wing back look, split wing backs they are. The tailback Hunter now goes in motion to the near side, giving the ball straight ahead to the fullback Haney. Haney goes across the 45 to the 46, a pickup of 3 on the play. And John, I look to the sideline and I see Ryan Harris in no socks and sandals. So unless he's, styling a new look for football players, I'm guessing he is going to be done for the second half.
Well, that's pretty much what Steve told us in that injury timeout, that he was done. He is such a competitor. He's not happy about that.
O'Neal splits to the far side, second down and 7. Briles again under center, 2 backs behind him. The tailback again. Hunter goes in motion to the near sideline. Inside trap, giving the ball, no Briles keeping. Gets up to the 50-yard line, tripped up there after a 3-yard gain. It will be now third down and 3, and Stephenville really in ball control offense right now, Johnny.
Yeah, that's a great play by the defensive tackle, number 50, Scott Safford. That 5'11", 215-pound junior is he has to come from behind to grab Briles. If he doesn't do that, Briles probably runs another 5-10 yards anyway.
Douglas to the near side. O'Neal and Matkins split to the far side. Once again, I formation behind Briles. Straight give on the left side. Hunter, good running room across the middle of the field. Gets to the 46-yard line, maybe the 45-yard line of Weatherford, and that is enough for a first down. Pickup of close to 5 on the play. First and 10 for Stephenville, just outside the 45 of Weatherford. 10:28 to go here in the Texas Bank third quarter, 21-7. Stephenville on top of Weatherford. And Johnny, something else this is doing, if you'll notice, if Weatherford wanted to come out with any type of enthusiasm, boy, this is just really sucking the wind out of the sails for that type effort.
Great blocking that time by Van Hattem and the 2 Doties.
2 receivers far side. Once again, Briles under center. 1 back behind him. Play action. Briles throwing out the flats. Has Matkins. Good running room across the 40. Cuts to the outside. Gets to the 35-yard line. Very close as he dove for a first down. Whether it is a first down or not, I'm not sure. But nice effort on Matkins' part to extend the body to try to get the first.
If ever there was a Cody Cardwell move, that was it. Remember, Cody would always try to dive upfield at the end of a play. And that was just a great move by Matkins.
Officially on the play 9, but are we going to measure?
Coming out, Keggins coming out of the game. He got the big block over there on that side. And
now where the officials are coming to the near sideline looking for something. What are they looking for?
It better not be our Briles. They'll find it.
Boy, that was unusual. All the officials came to the near side wanting something. They talked to the coaches and then they turned around.
Oh, maybe a new football. Maybe a new football. And they said, no, that one's working real fine.
Officially 9 yards on the reception from Briles to Matkins. Second and short at the 36, Johnny.
So Keggins comes out of the game and they bring in little Smithwick to replace him.
Smithwick 280.
What is going on?
Is it something with the clock or the 25-second clock or what's going on? I think our statistician Jay Cobb has figured something out. Jay, what was his advice?
Well, It looks like, he said it looks like they moved the ball.
Who moved the ball, Weatherford or Stephenville?
See, it's not quite a first down.
Right.
So they moved it back about 6 inches forward to get a better spot. Let's see what they do now. Now they're going to reset the 25, I'm sure.
All that for that? Oh, well. 2nd down and 1 for the Jackets. We're back to play. Briles under center, 2 backs behind him. Double tight end set as Hunter is the tailback in motion at the near sideline. Breaking across the middle is Gunn. Gunn is open, but Briles throws on the far sideline. Has O'Neal caught. Touchdown. Or is it? No signal. No signal yet. No signal. What is the call? The 2 referees still don't know. No signal. Incomplete. They finally rule. Folks, that is a situation where 2 referees got completely caught out of position.
Well, they were out of position.
And were 35 to 40 yards from the play and could not tell whether O'Neal was in bounds or not, and had to each run 30 yards to each other and discuss it before making a decision.
Well, the back judge back here obviously wasn't in position. He was in the end zone. He obviously could see that TJ was across the goal line. He couldn't see the out of bounds. He was waiting on the side judge, who was trailing. getting there.
Well, Toby O'Neill juggled it momentarily, but then brought it in. I guess the call was, did he juggle while going out of bounds, or did he have possession? Third down, Briles on the quarterback sneak will get the first down to about the 33-yard line on the straight-ahead hitter from center. And Johnny, dare I say now, possibly 21 points that officials, if you're a complete Stephenville homer fan, might say have cost us, and we are.
Evidently, he was bobbling it and then, you know, stepped out of bounds before he gained. He eventually did gain control. That was obvious.
Did you see who was playing fullback on that play? Brady Gunn, who shot through the line and was starting to clear up the middle. Inside trap handoff. Finding good running room is Walker. Walker gets to about the 27-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play.
Coaches are going to tell him, hold that ball a little closer to your gut when you're going through the middle like that. The ball was a little bit loose.
Almost, go ahead.
The end result is perfect, and I guess that's all that matters.
Almost 6 yards on the carry. 8:41 now and counting in the Texas Bank third quarter. Stephenville 21, Weatherford 7. Briles is under center. I formation again behind him. Once again, Hunter comes in motion to the near sideline. Running the option is Briles. Briles on the keeper will try to get to the near sideline. Gets a block from Hunter, and the Briles goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play, almost 4. It'll be 3rd and 1 needed for the Jackets.
Coach Briles looking to see where they mark the ball before he sends the play in.
Think quick snap and quarterback sneak again?
You might as well, or maybe you can. Well, they hadn't moved the down marker now. Yeah, you don't want to kill this drive. You don't want to take a chance of an incomplete pass. So,
and this looks like it could be the hammer time package, as coming in is Logan Sinotsky. He is the blocking tight end. Just a big offset eye to the near side.
Ooh, they're loading up the left side.
Handoff over the left side. Getting the first down, I think, is Walker. He got very close to the yardage need. They're going to spot him at about the 22.5, and that is enough for the first down.
Well, you take the opening kick, and well, that's going to be close. They may have to bring it over. He's asking them if they. He's going to tell them it's first down, but he's asking Weatherford if you want to measure him. Nope.
First down.
You always take the measurement, don't you? Of course we do.
Come on over. Let's slow this drive down or something. 8:18. Boy, this has been a time possession drive for the Jackets to open the third quarter. 1st and 10 at the almost 22-yard line of Weatherford. Briles under center. Play action, rolling to the far side. Has O'Neill open. Over his head. He was open and clearing at the 7-yard line, and Briles slaps his hands together because he knew O'Neill was clearing at the 7, and if he makes a catch on the run, he might score.
Boy, Toby O'Neill was wide open, and yeah, that's one Kendal he'll want back, and he'll get a shot at it here in a minute.
2nd and 10 for the Jackets at the 22-yard line of Weatherford. 21-7, Stephenville on top. Briles is under center. Walker is the back behind him. 3 receivers to the far side. One of those receivers is a wingback. Play action. Briles rolling to the outside, has lots of time. Throwing out the flats, has Hunter. 20 inside to the 15. Going out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. A pickup of 8 to 9 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and short again for the Jackets. Right at about the 14-yard line.
Now you got 2 downs to get a first here. And what, roughly a yard, I guess.
Hunter was the wingback on that, and it simply went down 5 yards, cut outside. Briles hitting nicely on the run, and he turned it up for a few more before going out of bounds. 3rd and 1. How many yards does Briles have on the game so far in throwing?
113, 7 of 11. Hunter, 2 receptions down, 19.
Briles under center, big power look to the near side, handoff again to Walker. Powers his way inside to about the 8-yard line. Good surge on the left side of the offensive line for Stephenville, getting the first down. First and goal to go for Stephenville at the, we'll call it officially, the 9.
You know, this is something, Boots, watching scrimmage and watching practice that we felt like Stephenville would probably be able to do this year, especially with that big O-line. And you remember we talked at halftime to see how long Weatherford would be able to hang on as far as being worn down. This is going to be a drive that they're going to have a hard time getting over.
7:44 and counting here in the Texas Bank third quarter. Briles under center, sends Mack in motion to the far side. It's a draw, handoff to Hunter. Hunter looking for some room, tiptoes inside the 5, and he'll be stood up at about the 4-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 5. It'll set up 2nd and goal from about the 4.
Boy, Zach Hunter is so good at letting his blocks develop in front of him. You know, a lot of times young men will get the ball and they just want to run right up there where they're supposed to go. Zach will wait. It seemed like he was not even going anywhere, and then all of a sudden he just shoots through the hole.
Second down and goal from the Jackets right at the 4-yard line. We'll go under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
When was the last time Stephenville had a 5-minute drive?
Oh,
it has been a while, and that's just what you want to start the third quarter.
5 and counting now. Now 4 receivers to the near side. Briles is in shotgun, rolling to the near side, looking, and he'll cut up and he'll be sacked. Back at the 7-yard line, and a flag comes down.
Face mask.
Face mask against Weatherford. And Johnny, that was a situation where I was looking at the receivers while Briles was trying to throw, and I think there were too many receivers to look at. You had about 4 receivers in the end zone kind of piled together.
On this short side of the field.
Yes, and one defensive back kind of could play several ones, and it kind of, Briles was having a hard time feeling which way the defense was flowing, because definitely there were some open people, but with so many people that close together, I don't think he wanted to risk it.
Now, is this that rule change that Coach Briles was talking about? This is the
face mask.
And it's from the line of scrimmage foul now. It's not a...
Well, if that was the case, they're only giving them 1 yard, because the original line of scrimmage was the 4. Well, that was a spot of foul. Infraction, I guess, Johnny, because they're only advancing the ball 1 yard.
I think it might be half the distance.
But from the 4, half the distance is the 2.
Yeah, it's about the 2.5.
So that would at least have had to been at the 5.
It's still only second down, too.
Thank you.
Good,
that's a very good point. They get to keep it down, and that's the most important thing. Hammer time behind Briles. Briles under center. Handoff to Walker over the right side. He gets to the goal line. Is he in? Yes, touchdown. David Walker, his first score on the year for that junior running back, extends the Stephenville lead now 27-7 with the extra point upcoming. 6:25 to go in the Texas Bank third quarter. Jackets setting up the swinging gate, looking to the sideline.
I may want to run that now.
They keep a different personnel out there if they decide to run it. If they're going to kick, they bring a different personnel group of people out, which are the kicking group. Petronas and Nelson are 2 of the people they bring out. That's your holder and kicker. Petronas awaiting the snap. Back to him, hold down. Evans' kick is up, and it's blocked. It's up for grabs back at the 20, being picked up, and still up for grabs, being picked up by Douglas. No, still up for grabs at the 33-yard line, and finally that's where Weatherford gets on it. And Johnny, we've noticed 2 kicks have been blocked, and this is not a good sign either. Evan Nelson, the kicker, is limping right now.
He kind of got run over right there, needless to say.
I was going to congratulate Petronas on that play, because one of the Weatherford players looked like he was going to try to pick it up and run, and before he grabbed the ball, Petronas grabbed his jersey and held on.
You ain't going anywhere.
Extra point is no good. We go to the break. 6:25 to go in the Texas Bank third quarter. Stephenville 27, Weatherford 7. We're back in 1 minute.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy partner.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments, and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies are opening their doors to dole out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of their most recent customers have come from surrounding areas. Could this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally. Welcome back. As soon as this kick, we'll go down to Steve Ross on the sideline. And Evan Nelson, who I talked about, got a little bit shaken up in that big rugby scrum for the ball that kept squirting out. He is in the kick.
Hey, Boots, that touchdown there, as a result of that, Cheatham and Lansford CPAs just made a generous donation to Project Hope with that score by the Yellow Jackets.
Nelson getting set to kick off. awaiting the kick. Will it be deep or will it be? It is the pooch to the middle of the field that will be taken at the 25 up to the 30. Finds a seam, 35, 40, flags down, 45, and tackled at the 46-yard line. For the Roos is Garrett Hudson, and let's go down to Steve Ross. And Steve, would you agree with me that maybe the credit for that last touchdown drive needs to go to those offensive linemen up front? There you go.
Correctly, they get all the credit for that. That was just something we talked about in the preseason. They just grounded out, really broke Weatherford's back on that. So they have a sports update for you. The Rangers go up to Toronto, get a complete game victory out of Rick Helling. They win at 8-2.
Well, you know, you got three guys that could pitch for this team.
Yeah.
You got Seeley, you got Helling, and you got Loiza. The team is now 17-2 since the All-Star break when those three guys pitch with an ERA of 3.5.
That's not bad. Hey, that last scoring summary, 15 plays, 68 yards, took 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Walker finished it off on a 3-yard run. That scoring summary brought to you by Walmart Vision Center.
15 plays? When's the last time Stephenville had a 15-play drive?
They scored 6 touchdowns in the Tampa game on 15 plays, I think.
Once again, under center is Moore. Moore on the straight-ahead hitter from quarterback. The sneak will go forward for 2 yards, and that's it, maybe 3, but he's taking a lot of abuse right now.
Justin Marks just grabbing onto his britches, said, "You're not going anywhere. No, you're quite finished." Looks like Clayton Harmon ran right by him that time, trying to get upfield.
3 yards on the carry from Moore, and
they're just bound and determined there's something up the middle for them.
Well, maybe they knew Craig Parks was out, and he's a returning all-state defensive tackle, and not saying that Ken Howell has done a great job. He has in replacement today, but they found some kind of seam. Jackets are back in a 5-2 look right now. Nose guard, Scott Lee, and some others up there. Taking the handoff is Pierce. There is illegal motion on the line, and Pierce, who taking the handoff, found some good running room, and Pierce wasn't happy about being tackled downfield a little bit.
Yeah, they threw a flag on Gilson for that.
Well, these going to be offsetting, or will you take the first penalty and then do the dead ball?
Yeah, Pierce is still screaming. I'm going to say, if I'm 97, I'm going to say, hey, the guy's running. I'm knocking him down. All right, I don't know the place there.
Well, let's find out what the penalty is.
That's a weak call, if that's what it is. I guarantee you that's a weak call.
Waiting the official on the sideline. The first penalty is dead ball, illegal procedure against Weatherford. So they'll probably back him up 5 yards for that. And then you have dead ball, personal foul against Stephenville. And so then you'll do that penalty, right? Don't you mark off the illegal procedure?
You got to if it's a dead ball.
And then mark off the penalty for the dead ball.
You got to if it's a dead ball.
Okay, good. They'll walk 5 yards backwards, we hope.
Clayton Harmon's just been taken out of the game by the coaches, and they're talking to him, and I'm not really sure what that's about. It's almost like he's getting scolded a little bit. Maybe he was the one that got the personal foul.
Okay, both penalties have been declined? What? They're not offsetting if you have a dead ball. All right, Johnny, start making a list of all the things that happen with the officials that we can ask next week. I mean, I'm not complaining. You're right. We'll take that deal, but why?
Yeah, that's I guess because they're a dead ball.
Second down and 7. It does not. Pitch to the far side is Pierce. Pierce looking for running room, has some. Cuts up at the 31, across the 35, out of bounds at about the 38, 39-yard line. It is a first down for the Roos, a pickup of about 10 on the play.
You know, if I'm Gilson, I run over there and help 34 have an opportunity to have something to say to me if you'd like it. Okay, you just wanting to talk to me? Here I come.
Is he back in the ball game?
Oh, Gilson never left.
All right.
It was Clayton Harmon that was taken out. I think the coaches kind of thought that Clayton was doing a little talking instead of playing, and so they brought him out to see what he had to say.
First and 10. He's back in there right now.
Oh, yeah. It would take long.
Moore under center, one back behind him. Give the ball to Pierce. Pierce looking for running room. He trips behind the line of scrimmage. And then he's tackled by Phelps, who was up on a strong safety blitz. A loss of about 1 on the play will set up second down and 11.
And he almost dropped that ball. That ball was, Moore has made a couple of handoffs. That time it kind of hit him
on the thigh pad almost.
Yeah, and
it popped up a little bit.
not really getting it in the pocket there like you want if you're a running back.
Second down and 11 for Weatherford. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Stephenville on top of Weatherford with 4:22 to go in the third quarter, 27-7. Moore in shotgun, 1 back standing next to him. Moore looking to throw, throwing the deep sideline pass on the far sideline. A bunch of penalties, a bunch of, I'm going to say, collision going on down there, touching and pushing going on, and a flag has been thrown.
That's got to be offensive pass interference.
Let's see who the flag is on. Almost making the interception was Jeff Scott.
They're going to call that against Stephenville, but that has got to be. Scott's turned around. He's the only guy looking at the ball. He gets shoved backwards by the receiver, and they call it defensive pass interference. Oh, man. Where do you see that one on film?
You're right, because Scott, as you say, is the only one who has a chance to catch the football.
He's the only one looking at the ball.
Well, and he gets a hand on the football, almost brings it in. There was a little bit of bumping going on about 5 yards before when the ball came down.
That's because the receiver ran into him. That's, oh, Coach Copeland's not happy, and I don't blame him. That's a horrible call.
Well, Briles was bragging on these officials a little bit today during coffee with Coach.
Well, bragging has long since gone out of his verbiage, I can promise you.
Twins to the near side, 1 receiver far side. That penalty does give Weatherford a first down at the Stephenville 47-yard line. A big rush. Moore has to throw the ball early to no one. Colt Borland, the closest one there. It's incomplete as Jackets had an all-out blitz going, and Moore just had to dump that one. 2nd and 10 at the 4:06 mark of the Texas Bank third quarter, 27-7, Stephenville on top.
Well, and you know, credit Moore for just throwing that ball away, because that play was designed to just be, you know, just streaking. Borland was just streaking down the sideline, and Moore just heaved it out of bounds as best he could.
I said I'd go to Steve a while ago. I apologize. I'll get to him after this play. Twins to the near side, 1 receiver far side. Again, Moore in shotgun. Snap back to him. Direct run from Moore. He'll get forward, find some seam. The ball is loose, and it's picked up, I think, by Monk for the Jackets.
I think Monk had it and lost it, and another Jacket might have come up with it.
We'll wait to see how the pile unfolds, but Moore running had found some running room, and coming up with the ball
it is Monk.
No, 36. That is Jesse Fanning, the cornerback on the near sideline. He got on top of the ball that Monk had lost.
Monk did have it for just a split second.
But once again, out of shotgun, Moore found some running room straight up the middle, but after he got about 4 or 5 yards through the line, somebody got a hand on the ball, knocked it down, hit his knee pad, kicked straight forward. Monk originally had it, and then Fanning got on it for the Jackets. 1st and 10 at their own 39. Inside trap handoff to Walker. Walker gets out to the 43-yard line. And, John, I got to see what you're talking about the way Walker runs when he carries the football. Kind of has it out of sight a little bit. Let's go to Steve Ross on the sideline. And, Stevie, a little bit different attitude on the sideline in the second half?
Well, we talked about it earlier in the year in the preseason special. You know, last year this team was Florida. This year they look more like they're going to be Nebraska. They just came out in the second half very businesslike, not a lot of jumping around. They took it right down the gut against Weatherford. As you mentioned, a 15-play drive, and I think they've answered just about any questions now.
Briles play action, finds O'Neal across the field, 45, knocked out of bounds. Turn your Ross mic off, please, as that pass will go 17 yards, 16 yards on the completion to O'Neal down to the 39-yard line.
I like that sound. Can we have that back? That was good. I felt like I was right in the
Boy,
middle.
that play was coming right at Ross, and you could hear yard line. Boy, when you watch that on cable this week, you're going to go, wow, that got loud all of a sudden. Douglas and Mackins to the near side, 3 receivers to the far side. Briles in shotgun, looking to Coach Briles' father as he signals in the play.
We don't have a 25-second clock here.
I don't see it anywhere. It's not operational. Throw out to Avalos. Avalos will get about 3 yards on the quick hitter to him.
I don't know that I've seen it in the second half, so.
Well, you know, talking to the crew from event operations a while ago, they said they were having trouble with the 25-second clock. 2nd and 7 for the Jackets after the 3-yard completion to Avalos at the 36-yard line.
So what does Shelton do now? Does he just sit down there and relax?
I guess he can come hang out with us if he wants. Gets on Nemo.
Yeah. Well, boy, it's been all Stephenville here in the third quarter, hasn't it?
Trips to the far side, Twins to the near side. Briles in shotgun, snap back to him, looking, still looking. He's in some trouble. Now he'll run. He'll tuck it under. 35 makes a move, gets a block out to the 30, knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. And a nice job by T.J. Douglas to come back and get a block for his quarterback that will have him very close to the yardage needed for a first down, but I believe he's probably just short.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a half a yard. It looks like they got to get just across the 29, and he's just short of the 29.
How many plays has Stephenville run in the third quarter?
Well, 15 and 3, I guess, or 4.
And how many plays has Weatherford run?
You see, they got the 1 first down on the penalty, so 4 or 5.
Well, and they had a fumble pretty close right after that.
5.
All with about 5 plays with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The ball has been in the possession of Stephenville. They're bringing the change to the near sideline to stretch it out. I'll call about a football short.
It looked to me like they had to get across the line over there, I guess. I don't know why they couldn't see that.
It's about 2 footballs short. All right, Ross, did you make a prediction there? Go ahead. Goodness gracious. He's about to get run over by the kickers. What's about to happen?
Nelson's going, okay.
Now listen, why don't you just go ahead, Nelson, and kick him right when he's right there. Yeah, that would have felt good, right?
Ooh,
Ross, could you have made that catch right there after the kick? I'm
he might not have a choice of catching it if he'd been in the right position.
The ball's about 2 feet short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and that much. Rossi, you got any help on the sideline this year? I know you've always had some people giving you. You're by yourself, are you?
I feel like I'm at a rodeo.
We're talking to the rodeo clown. So you tell me.
And you can't ever hear the guy, you know. He
So
just
you
makes
tell me your
gestures.
mother-in-law's in town.
Oh, don't even.
3rd and a yard. Stephenville jumps off sides. Oh, too bad for them. Taking the handoff and getting the first down was Derek Haney. But I believe one of the wingbacks on the near side jumped too soon, and now it'll be 3rd down and almost 6 for the Jackets.
This game was rolling right along there on that first series, and now we've hit a little bit of a slowdown.
Interesting call for this Jacket offense as Stephenville coaching staff trying to get a feel for the personality of this offense. Last year it had been a very easy call. We throw the football on various different things, but now trying to figure out the personality of this offense, you have to kind of muddle your way through it. Briles is in shotgun, 2 backs standing next to him. Fakes the option, runs to the outside, throws to Hunter in the flats. It's a 30, gets the first down, but a flag comes down, and this will probably be another lineman illegal downfield. And I looked right at Clements, the offensive line coach, and he was standing 5 yards downfield, and right when it happened, he threw his hands up in the air, and I think he is mad at one of his offensive linemen who did release.
Mad at somebody.
But Clements was standing 5 yards downfield, and as soon as they threw the flag, he just took his headset off and just kind of held his hands up to the brows.
I think he is mad at the official.
Boy, now he is. He comes over to him and says something like 2. Maybe that's second time you've missed that.
Look at our Briles. he's gonna wear that guy out. Why is
if the ball is released, why is it illegal receiver downfield?
I don't understand.
Well, maybe, Rossi, would you go over and grab the sideline judge and see if he would give you an explanation on that?
I'm sure he'd be more than
now a late flag comes in the middle of the line. What is this? Delay of game?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, delay of game against Stephenville. Illegal procedure. Well, we were 3rd and half a yard. Now we're 3rd and about 16.
That's about 12 penalties for the Yellow Jackets, by the way.
Well, I guess you know you got to throw it now. At the ball at the 45, we got to get to the 29. Briles is under center. He sends Gunn, who's in the game now, in motion to the far sideline. Play action, throwing out the flats, has Gunn, picks up a block, tries to get to the inside, finds a seam to about the 36-yard line. A nice pickup of about 8 to 9 on the play. So it sets up 4th down and about 7 for Stephenville.
Go for it.
Sure, you're at the 36-yard line.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yeah, I'll do that deal. I'm up 20 points. You can put this team away. I think they're already away, but you can officially put them away with 1 more score.
Boy, what a frustrating game this must be for the coaching staff to see so many successful offensive plays brought back for things that are so questionable.
Well, and you know, and they knew the offense was not quite where they want it to be yet. And then to make some good plays, like you said, and have them taken away.
It's kind of disheartening. Briles in shotgun, sends Hunter out into the flats, has him at the 35, tries to make a move. Will he get the first down? He will.
Oh, there's a late hit.
A late hit, and flags come down. Well, a gift there from the Buckaroos. Number 5, Colt Borland, hit Hunter in the back after he was already down, and that should be a 15-yarder at the 31-yard line, and that'll be way more than enough needed for the first down.
Hey.
Hunter came up about 2 yards short.
By the way, it's Kangaroos.
Did I say Buckaroos?
Yeah, I think you did.
It's a roo.
Yeah, that's a Jerry Jeff Walker reference. By the way, the guy on the sideline that has been just wore out by Briles tonight is the one that made the call. Did you notice? Watch it when you see it on film. He couldn't get that flag out fast enough. Let me throw that one.
Oh, and you saw about 5 coaches' blue jerseys right in his hip pocket as soon as that hit happened about 3 steps in front of him.
Let me help you with that, brother. Boy. Turned the ball over. Turned the ball over just a moment ago, and now this big penalty to keep a drive alive that should just about put the nail in the coffin for him.
Ball is marched to the 16-yard when they hand out the penalty yards. Briles play action in some trouble, rolling to the near side. Will try to get away from one man. He cannot. A loss of about a yard on the play. Play action saw a defensive back stunning on the play, came through. Briles tried to get away from him, was not able to.
Well, they're going to give him back the line of scrimmage.
That's nice. 2nd and 10.
This should be the last play. If it's a running play, it'll be the last play of the
That
third
means
quarter.
that the Kangaroos got 5 plays on offense in the entire third quarter.
Yeah, and they hadn't touched the ball yet.
Briles under center. One back behind him, Hunter. Play action, rolling out, throwing to Mackins. Mackins looking for a block. He's in some trouble. He'll be stacked up behind the line for a 1-yard loss. I think Weatherford pretty much had an idea where that play was going. And that'll do it for the Texas Bank third quarter. Our score, Stephenville 27, Weatherford 7. We'll have third down when we come back. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
At Jake and Dorothy's Cafe, we're serving our 3rd generation. The year was 1948. The same year LP records were introduced. Harry S. Truman was elected president, and Humphrey Bogart was packing them in with Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Jake and Dorothy Roach began offering high-quality food, prompt-friendly service, and fair prices. This almost overnight success continues today under the direction of their daughter, Carrie Roach, who's proud to continue Jake and Dorothy's commitment to providing the best food, service, and price in the area. At Jake and Dorothy's, a little bit of history comes with every meal.
Chihuahua's on West Washington is the best-kept secret in town. The chicken taco salad is a crispy jumbo tortilla filled to the brim with grilled chicken, fresh lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, sour cream, and guacamole. Or try the chicken nachos, cubes of golden grilled chicken topped with Monterey and cheddar cheese and guacamole and sour cream. The double meat double cheeseburger is killer. Complete a meal with cheese fries or the colossal onion rings. And remember, half-price drinks are served from 2 to 5 with our great shaved ice. Chihuahua is real food, real fresh, real good.
Welcome back, 3rd down and 11. The ball is placed at the 17-yard line. We start the 4th quarter. Johnny, the 4th quarter brought to us by?
Hi, well, the good folks at Techstar Ford who tried to give away a pickup tonight, but Robert just couldn't quite get there. You know, he kicked it a lot further than I thought he would.
Well, especially as nervous as he was.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking.
I mean, it hit in the end zone on the fly, so, well, you got to love that.
Jackets will send 2 receivers to the near side, O'Neal and Matkins. Douglas over here as well. Now Matkins changes positions, goes to the far side with Avalos.
Pardon me, 3rd quarter yardage, listen to this. Stephenville, 50 rushing, 62 passing, 112, 6 first down. For the Roos, 12 yards rushing, 0 passing, 2 first downs, 12 yards.
That's a total of 43 yards for the Roos in the 2nd and 3rd quarter. Briles rolling out to the left, setting up, still looking. He's got a ton of time to throw, is in some trouble. Now reverses his field, comes to the near side, looking for someone. Will throw out the flats, has a receiver. Mackins caught at the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and that will stop the clock. 16 yards on the reception, 15 yards on the reception, and credit the offensive lineman for giving Briles probably 15 seconds to run around back there. And a matter of fact, it was 15 seconds as there's 11:45 remaining to give him that much time to run around and find an open receiver as he went to the far sideline, completely reversed his field, came to the near side. And also a nice job, John, of the receivers doing a good job to get open.
Was that O'Neal in the back of the end zone?
Yes.
Great decision by the quarterback not to try to force it.
First and goal for Briles under center, handing the ball to the second man through. He's over the top. It's very close. We'll wait for the signal. Is it enough?
Is that Walker?
They will call it second down. It's so hard in the hammer time to see who had the football.
It was Walker, I believe.
Walker and Haney are the two guys that have the option there. As Briles, they are inside the one. Second down for the Jackets. They'll go with hammer time again. Walker out there as well for the Jackets as Derek Haney and Phelps are the three backs behind Briles under center. Briles under center, takes a snap, and the Jackets jump off sides. Scott Lee at left end, I believe, was the one that jumped for the Jackets, and Scott's made a couple great plays on defense, and I know he's kicking himself upside the head right now.
He goes, Coach, I'm a defensive player. Don't get mad at me.
Well, that's tough for the Jackets because instead of second down and a foot for a touchdown, they have now second down and almost 6.
Of course, if you're a running back, you love that. Oh, I get a 6-yard touchdown.
More yardage. So the Jackets will send out a different personnel of offense. O'Neal splits to the near side with Matkins. Bashaw out there as well as Douglas at the left slot. Briles under center with Hunter, the one back behind him. Now Hunter goes in motion to the far sideline. Briles under center. Going the quick hitter for Hunter, and then he's drilled at the 5. Practically no gain on the play. It'll set up now third down and goal to go from the 5.
The defender came through there and then tried to get in Zach's face and say something, and he's looking at him like, man, I've been hit by a lot bigger guys than you. A lot deeper in the playoffs, all right?
And Hunter with his traditional Zach Rabbit quick up after he gets hit. Third down and 5 for the Jackets at the 5-yard line, third and goal. Splitting to the near sideline is Colt Melton. Under center is Briles, two backs behind him, offset eye. Play action, Briles rolling to the near side, looking, has a receiver, O'Neal caught in the back of the end zone, touchdown! Nice hookup from Briles to O'Neal. O'Neal stretched out his 6'4" frame to gather that ball in, and Stephenville now extends the lead. 34-7 at the 9:47 mark of the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Extra point upcoming. 5 yards on the reception from Briles to O'Neal.
Boy, what a wolf Briles threw. There's those great hands of O'Neal.
Evan Nelson getting set for the extra point. Petronas getting ready. Petronas getting ready for the hold. Snap back, hold down. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. 9:47 to go here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Our score, Stephenville 34, Weatherford 7. We're back in 1 minute by KSTV.
I had to replace my old air conditioner. I wanted one to save me money.
So he called me, Roger Easter of Easter Air, your local Lennox dealer.
He recommended the air conditioner that would save me 20%. Do I hear 30, 30 now, 40, 40 now, 50, 50 now, 60. 60% going once, twice to the Lennox dealer who recommended high-efficiency system that would save me money.
Yep, save up to 60% or my name isn't Roger Easter.
You sure are a man of few words.
Just trying to be efficient.
Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Supporting the Jackets for over 30 years. Bill Tomlinson, class of 67. David Tomlinson, class of 71. The Stephenville Funeral Home, your family's friend in time of need in Stephenville.
Servetto, the guy we always talk to.
He's on the sideline.
Yeah, he's on the sideline this year. Said he found out right before the game.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, man. That scored summary 11 plays, 61 yards, took 6:10 off the clock after a 5:35. Briles to O'Neill, the 6-yard pass, 34-7. The PAT was good. That scoring summary brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Getting ready to kick off for the Jackets is Brent Virgin. Expect the pooch. Well, it's a line drive kick to the near sideline, being taken on the run at the 15, the return man of the 20, up to Ware is across the 30, 35, out to the 38-yard line. Barrett Ware with a good return, picking the ball up off the ground on the run. Nice shoestring catch from him.
Well, as I mentioned, 11 plays, 6 minutes. Right before that, was sandwiched in only 5 plays by Weatherford, 15 plays, 5.5 minutes. So that's 26 plays, almost 12 minutes of ball control. And Weatherford has had the ball for 5 plays.
How about that?
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Now under center, once again, is Moore. Moore running the option to the far side, cuts up, finds a little seam across midfield, across the 45, down to the 42-yard line. The spot is actually the 44, but a pickup of about 16 on the play and a first down for Zach Moore. And you know, Johnny, looking at this tonight, you have your starting defensive tackle out. Now you have one of your starting linebackers out. That's a pretty strong amount up the middle. And people are going to get this film and say, well, I think I can run on Stephenville.
I was going to say, Deacon Burns see this film and go, man, this could be fun.
Well, let's wait till we're healthy.
Exactly.
First and 10 for Weatherford at the Stephenville 44-yard line. Moore under center, 2 backs behind him. Pierce takes the handoff. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, a gain of 1, maybe. In there quickly for Stephenville was big Clayton Harmon.
Along with Richard Silva, the linebacker. By the way, speaking of Brown, with 21-7 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Brown.
Boy, week 6.
Yeah. Hey, you know, Ross mentioned that that Toronto Rangers score. That's a big game because they kind of whipped Texas down here, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Delgado hit a few home runs in one game. Throwing across the middle, the ball is tipped and almost picked off. Cal Gilson, middle linebacker, dropping back in formation, stepped in front of Colt Borland, who was cutting across the middle. Moore did not look at the backer, Gilson, who was dropping out. He got a hand up on it, tipped it away.
With all due respect, not to correct you, but I think he stepped in front of Brady Gunn. I think Gunn might have had even a better shot at it than Borland.
Well, you know, Gilson immediately had a conversation with Copeland on the sideline, and so do you think Copeland was saying, we got that covered, let me let the defensive back pick that off and score?
I think Gunn might have picked that off and gone the distance.
Well, I'll take my chances. Gilson, any ball you can get your hand on, get your hand on it. Running the reverse is Weatherford. Borland got the ball to the near sideline. He gets to the line of scrimmage, cuts back to the 35, first down, 30, down to the 28, 27, 26-yard line, and a flag back to the 40-yard line.
That will be a clip.
This one is coming back.
Or pushing the back.
Moore handed the ball to Pierce. Pierce handed the ball to Borland, coming to the near sideline. Made some nifty moves to get some nice yardage, but it's all coming back.
At least part of it, anyway.
Well, there was about a yard, 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. So you can back it up 10 to 15 from right there, depending on which variety of the foul they like to call.
Or is this a from the line of scrimmage foul? This may be that new rule Coach Raz was talking about. Let's see, 5, 10.
Well, they did it at the 40, so that was the place of the foul.
Yeah, that was part of the foul. He said that was on holding, wasn't it, behind the line of scrimmage? Yeah.
So it's 3rd down now and 15 to 16 yards for Weatherford at the 50-yard line stripe. 8:16 and counting here in the Techstar Ford 4th quarter. 34-7, Stephenville on top of Weatherford. Moore under center. Straight drop, looking to throw. Big rush. He's hammering when he lets it go, and it's picked off and then dropped. Oh, Jesse Fanning made a nice effort to dive and catch the ball on the interception. Not quite able to come up with it. Moore was under a huge rush.
A huge, about a 6'6" rush.
Clayton Harmon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Scott Lee, Clayton Harmon. The whole front four is just starting to wear on this offensive line now.
3 of the 4 guys up front go 6'4", 6'6", 6'5". That's got to be hard to throw over the top of.
Especially when you're laying on your back. It's real difficult.
4th down now for the Roos. They'll get ready to punt. Back to punt for them is Garrett Hudson. He'll stand at about his own 36, 37-yard line. He'll let this one go about the 40 into the wind. and only one person back for the Jackets. That is Felts. Wobbly kick as Felts will step up and let this ball go by itself, and it will look like John Hollinger's lob wedge as it hits at about the 19 and backs up to about the 21-yard line. 28 yards on the kick. Johnny, is that when you use the Bellata ball to able to do that?
Yeah, right. If I use a Bellata ball, it's because I found one of yours.
First and 10 for the Jackets at their own 22-yard line. 7:56 to go here in the Techstar fourth quarter. 34-7 Stephenville on top of Weatherford.
Now, Boots, I know we have a visitor in our booth tonight, and maybe you can tell the folks what that's about.
I don't know. Should we sweat it out on him or let him get a little airtime?
Oh, let's give it to him.
We'll talk about our sister station in Comanche right after this. Getting a handoff, our pitch out to the near side, and good running room out to the 30-yard line. Running for Stephenville is Josh Wooten. Was that 38? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pickup of 8 yards. That one's almost in the booth. Oh, man. One of the yellow footballs from the cheerleaders, or was it from the gun the mascot has?
It's from the gun.
The football shooting gun the mascot has almost got in our window, and I don't think I've ever seen one get that close.
Well, I think he was trying.
Maybe. We might get out here again.
Yeah, the wind knocked it down.
Briles again under center, second down and 8.
That
ball at
like
the 30-yard line. Inside handoff to Walker. Good running room across the 35, 36, 37-yard line. A first down there.
We tired Weatherford defense now.
Want to talk about KYOX, our new station in Comanche. Will be carrying Comanche athletics this year. 94.3. The Ox is where that signal will be. And Brian, look forward to the season. All right, new sports director over there will be handling the play-by-play duties for the Comanche Indians and Maidens this year.
It's going to be good to have them on the air where you can hear them and right here in Stephenville.
Get a feel for what's going on in Comanche and Brown County this year, and they'll be having their own scoreboard show, so we invite you to listen to both of those. Briles on a little bit of a mix-up, in some trouble, goes to the near sideline to just escape. He'll lose only 2 yards on the play. He was trying to pitch to the far sideline, dropped the ball, picked it up, realized he was in trouble, raced to the near sideline to keep from losing as much yardage as possible. It's second down now and 12. No bad thing, Jonathan, and that stops the play.
Not necessarily.
You think these guys will put it in play even though he ran out of bounds? Let's see.
Well, okay.
No, he did not. He just started the 25-second clock.
You never know what's going to happen with that other guy, though. The guy pushing the buttons.
You mean a few doors down from us?
Yeah, I think that's who I'm talking about.
Mr. Nemo.
Pretty good crowd tonight for a first game.
When it's 100.
Oh.
Home side was full, and Weatherford side about 2/3 full on the visitor side, which is a pretty big visitor side when you talk about high school athletics. Pitch to the near side, Wooten again. Wooten will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Stay in bounds, my man. Stay in bounds.
Steps out of bounds near sideline, maybe a gain of about half. It'll set up third down and 11. And Johnny, now we're getting to see a lot of second teamers out there getting some playing time with 6:35 and here in the Techstar fourth quarter. And why not? You're in comfortable control on your first game, 34-7. And all in all, I think the coaching staff has to feel pretty happy about what's happened here tonight. A little bit concerned. We'll have to find out the details on how serious Harris is with his injury. Briles still in the game at quarterback, trying to get as many snaps as possible. Inside handoff to Walker. Walker escapes out to the 41-yard line. The ball is loose, picked up by Weatherford, and running the other way and then tackled at the 40-yard line of Stephenville. Picking the ball up for them was Andrew Shanahan, as Walker didn't quite have control of the ball. And Johnny, I think we talked about Walker earlier in the game, the way he was carrying the football.
Yeah, they're gonna talk to him about keeping that ball in close, and you know, you just lock down on the, as you well know, in the crease above your elbow, and you hand over the point of that ball and shut it down. Believe me, I used to have to walk down the hall carrying one of those during school. That was the world's worst.
Johnny, we got a little job for you. Between classes, carry the football.
Carry the football, and every guy walks by is going to try to knock it out of you.
You fall out, got to run laps. Zach Moore in shotgun. One back standing next to him. Snap back to him, setting up. Rolling to the near side, looking to throw back across the middle. Has a receiver. It's over the head of the intended receiver on the play. His number 25 from the Roos is Chester Carlisle on coverage for the Jackets. Was that Fanning again?
Yes, it was. Good
Fanning
coverage.
been a bit of busy man tonight.
Yeah, it was great coverage by Fanning. If that ball is close to the receiver, Fanning's got his hand on it.
He's second down and 10, and if Weatherford decides to start throwing the ball here in the fourth quarter, we'll be here a while. Who's in concert tonight, Johnny?
Charlie Robinson, and I'm sure like to get out there and see him.
Moore is under center, 2 backs behind him. Handoff inside trap goes to Hudson. Hudson gets to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of now Jackets running the other way with the ball. Did he fumble or was that after the play was dead?
Oh, the whistle blew after he took off running with it. So I guess they're trying to say he was down.
Running with the football the other way was Chad Hodges. So it will be Rubal after about a 7-yard pickup. Now 3rd down and 3 at the Stephenville 33-yard line.
That's the Las Vegas dancer.
Who is that? Rubal. Rubal.
Oh, RuPaul. Okay. That was close. I knew I'd heard that name somewhere.
Well, I was trying to figure out who RuPaul was. It's 3rd down and 3. Running the option is Moore. Moore cuts up, finds the 1st down inside the 25 to the 24. Somebody turned that PA system off down there.
Oh, no, they worked hard for this thing.
Oh, that's right. And it is a 1st down for the Roos. Rubal gets them the 1st down at the 23-yard line. They'll momentarily stop the clock as they set the chains with 5:27 to go here in the Techstar Ford 4th quarter. 34-7, Stephenville on top comfortably here against Weatherford in the season opener.
Well, next week we get to go to Richland, don't we?
Brand new stadium. We'll talk about that a little bit in post-game show. Man, that'll be fun. Or if this 4th quarter drags on, we'll talk about it here in a minute. Throw out in the near flats. Good defense on the near sideline by Stephenville's Jeff Scott, the cornerback, breaking up the pass intended for Colt Borland. Got to the receiver at the same time the ball did. Incomplete, falls the ball. It brings up now 2nd down and 10. Heck, let's go ahead and talk about it. I had a trip and went over and saw the new stadium.
Yeah, it is nice. And it's just kind of a bigger version of
similar to Pennington, with the exception that the visiting stands has 1,500 more seats, which is where we'll be sitting. It will hold 4,500 on the visiting side. Sprinting to the near side is Moore, setting up, looking to throw. Throwing on the near sideline, knocked away. A great defensive play again made by the quarterback on the near side, Jeff Scott, knocking away the ball intended for Chad Lagerling. And we may have found us somebody with there.
Let's see, Coach Copeland, oh, we got a flag down. Coach Copeland also coaches the defensive backs, am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
He's going to like that when he sees that. Scott waited for the ball and then broke on it, just the way you're supposed to.
Illegal receiver downfield against Weatherford. About time they called that on somebody else.
How many times have those guys called that? You hardly ever see that in a game. I bet we've seen it a dozen times now.
Oh.
Of course, that one probably had the potential of being for real because that took a long time to develop.
Well, he was, as you said, rolling around far side and then came back to the near side. Yeah, it's real similar to Pennington's. It's a little more modern from a couple standpoints. One, brand new turf. Two,
yeah, so new it wasn't there when you were there.
Thank you. About 4 weeks ago, the turf was still not there. It was just asphalt. 2, the big Jumbotron in which they will have replays, which is kind of neat, I think.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And 3, they're going to have an in-house live monitoring system. For instance, if you're at the concession stand waiting in line under the bleachers, they'll have TV monitors over the concession stand and you can watch what's going on live. Pretty nice, I would say. Moore running the option, cuts up at the 20, 15, loses his feet, regains 10, 5, tackled at the 3-yard line.
Oh.
I want to tell you, Moore's a good athlete.
Great running. That's about 20 yards on that carry.
Well, if Weatherford goes in and scores here at the 3-yard line, you win 34-14. AP voters keep you in number 1?
Oh, absolutely. You're number 1 till you lose.
1st and goal to go for Weatherford at the 3. I hear what you're saying.
You just can't take it away from you.
Pretty easy to get to that new stadium. We'll give you some directions here in a little bit. Moore under center. Handing the ball to Pierce. Pierce gets stood up at the 2. Gets to the 2 is about it. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from there. 4.5 and counting in the Techstar Ford 4th quarter.
One good thing this does is eat up a lot of clock.
You bet. 34-7, Stephenville on top.
Weatherford had better score here because this is going to probably be the last time they touch the ball. But Stephenville will do nothing but run the football after this.
Go up to the Metroplex, take Loop 820 around to the north side, and right before you take 183 Airport Freeway to go over to the airport, you will take the Highway 26 exit, which is for Grapevine and Colleyville, that area. You'll exit off, go underneath, cut up. Pierce, speaking of cut up, looks for the goal line. He founds it, but a flag down in the backfield, back at about the 5-yard line. Pierce took the pitch from Moore. Let's see what the flag is.
Holding.
It is holding.
In fact, it was kind of a takedown now out there.
Against Weatherford, so erase the touchdown and put them back at about the 15-yard line.
Tit for tat right there. Stephenville had one brought out of the end zone, now the Roos. Yeah, you just go up 26 just to show.
Yeah, you exit off 26 right there. You'll see the signs. It's real easy. You'll exit off to the right side of the road. You'll cut back underneath, and then you'll stay on Grapevine Highway right there, and it's just a couple miles up on your left, the stadium on the main road. And as you heard Johnny and I talk in our preseason show, some quality restaurants around there.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty nice area. Used to live up there, and thank God I'm out of that mess.
A lot of traffic in there. But if you don't catch traffic, it's only about an hour and 25 minutes to the stadium. So people were asking me how long it takes to get there. Johnny, I was also asking the people that are running the new stadium about the instant replay. And I said, well, what are the guidelines you're going to use? We'll get to them right after this. It's ball is out of the 16-yard line, second down and goal to go from there. Moore under center, two backs behind him. Hand off over the right side, getting to about the 14-yard line for the Chester Carlisle.
I'll tell you what the guidelines are going to be. They're going to make us look stupid on a number of plays, I'm sure.
That guy wasn't even carrying the ball, what Boots and John said. Well, what they said is that they will not show any replays of questionable calls by the officials.
Sure.
They will not show any plays in which any individual would look bad on. For instance, if someone falls down or gets beat on a play or gets hit really hard, they won't show that.
Well, they won't be showing many plays then, will
So they will limit it to, and there's a crew that's there on that separate camera system, to good plays, sidelines, cheerleaders, band, things like that. Moore under center, third and goal to go from the 13.
That's wimpy.
He drops the ball, has to go to his knee to pick it up, and he's tackled at the 15-yard line. What's wimpy?
That's all they're going to show.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, guys are going to get beat. That's football. I think I know what you're saying.
So it's fourth and goal at the 15, but I would have more fun looking at officials' calls.
Yeah, they won't even do that in the pros, you know, in baseball.
You know, it cracks me up. The Rangers have that cam from up top that they can look at some pitches. Have you noticed that on controversial strike three or not strike threes, they never show that? Yeah. Fourth and goal for the Kangaroos at the Stephenville 15-yard line. 34-7. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Weatherford takes the timeout. We need to take a break, too. We're back in 1 minute.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy partner.
Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies are opening their doors to dole out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of their most recent customers have come from surrounding areas. Could this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
It's wrong. How about that? It's getting a little wild in the fourth quarter in Brown County.
It was 21-7 just not too long ago.
Twins to their side, twins to the far side. Moore under center. Fourth and goal from the 15. Straight drop, looking to throw. Throwing the deep sideline ball. It's up for grabs, and it's knocked away. Good defense in the back of the end zone by Jesse Fanning, who's been a busy man tonight. The ball will turn over on downs to Stephenville at the 15-yard line.
That was a great defensive stand there. Another penalty hurts the Kangaroos. And then the great defensive stand. Stephenville's got to be happy with that.
First and 10 for Stephenville at the 15-yard line. A timeout is taken by Stephenville, they lead 34-7 over Weatherford. We take another timeout, back in 1 minute.
Nip in the air, changing leaves, can only mean one thing.
It's football season!
I'm Roger Easter, your local Lennox dealer, and it's also home heating season.
I have the dish, the big screen, the recliner.
He also has a reliable high-fish seat Lennox heat pump.
Yep, this season this is the best seat in the house, baby.
Thanks to Easter Air, it's also the warmest.
Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Speaking of the auto player, you make an effort, we'll make the difference. Walk in, drive out.
Welcome back. New quarterback in the game for the Jackets. Trey Feltz under center now, handing the ball straight ahead, powering his way out to the 21-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play is... Was 86 carrying the ball on the play there, or was it 38 for the Jackets? It was either Sean Tate or 38 Josh Wooten.
Tate, I think, and we got a penalty.
So it doesn't matter. Oh, well, it does too. There's the marker back right there. It's going to be second. Must have been some kind of penalty at the end of the play. Oh, second down and 8 for the Jackets.
Unless they said he was down there.
Oh, that's because I didn't see any flags. You're right. So Fells is under center. Second down and 8 for the Jackets. I formation behind him. Feltz will not be able to see a 25-second clock.
The official holds up when it's 5 seconds. So
Handoff straight ahead out to the 21-yard line for the Jackets. Making the carry then was Derek Haney. Pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll set up third down and about 4, and one more first down and just about there. 1:16 and counting here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Glad to have you along. 34-7 tonight. We've had a fun first game of the season.
Well, he blew the play in the 25-second clock to start at 1:11.
Quick math, please.
I'll tell you here in about 5 seconds.
Somewhere in the high 140s, I'm guessing.
46, I think, is where.
Maybe we were off.
It was 1:11. It should be a penalty right here, right? There's 30 seconds.
Third down, pitch to the near side. He was about to blow his whistle. He chose not to. Great runner in 25-30, keeping his feet 35, keeps his feet 40-yard line. Great running from Josh Wooten. Picks up a solid 14 yards on the play. 20,
yeah,
excuse
20.
me.
Well, they'll have to run one more play now.
Stop the clock momentarily on the first down. Wooten, a good-looking running back. Senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
That's some good, strong runs there in this quarter.
What are we looking at? Just eyeballing the total yardage tonight, Johnny. Did we make the 400-yard deal?
No, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I'll lie it for you here in just a moment when Jay totals it up.